It live.
Yeah. Doing it live. Anyways, so how's you guys' week, man? You guys have a good week?
My weeks keep getting shittier and shittier.
Mine have been busier and busier. Shittier is definitely a way to put it as well, but I'm just trying to make it through till Thanksgiving and then December so I can get some vacation.
Oh, I know. After this upcoming week, I am on vacation the entire week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, I didn't take any extra time off, so I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the following week, from the 13th to the 13th of December to the 2nd of January, I'm off. So I do some writing, make some videos, do shit like that.
Make some the videos.
There's a girl. Oh, whoa! You gotta be careful how you say that, Mr. Epstein in here. What up, Tim? What up, Nomad? If you're still there, how you doing? Oh, here we got Salty Rider telling a story here. Oh, man. It's been cold, man. It was actually cold on the way home today.
Yeah.
I almost had to pull over and put my sweater on. I was like, all right.
Almost had to pull over and put your sweater on.
Yeah. This morning was 45 when I left.
Yeah, it's been
It was close to you today, yeah. We reached 35 degrees. I want to get a fucking suntan at one point.
Well, 45 is pretty fucking cold when you got to ride an hour and a half in the fucking at 80 miles an hour. It's fucking cold. But I bought those heated glove liners, and they've been working, but I need bigger gloves because they're so hard to put on. They're really hard to put on. It's almost a hassle, but it's better than my fucking fingers feeling like they're going to fall off.
Kimmy.
Last week, this place turned into fucking Thoth. And it's blocked from the sunlight and the smoky fucking mountains, right? So it's blocking the sun when it's coming out, and it's just still frozen. It's crazy looking.
I noticed a bunch of people posting snow and shit. I'm like, man.
You know what they say? The best part of winter is watching it on TV from California.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's been cold, but not like it's not raining, which I'm happy. Last year, this time, it was fucking raining all month already. So I'm happy. As long as the rain doesn't show up. And we do our little bit of rain in January, and then we're done. I'll be happy with that. But yeah, man, I'm just waiting for fucking December roll around to get some vacation, do some writing, try to stock up on videos.
Yeah, I haven't filmed in weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna film tomorrow. We're gonna get some good weather, so I'm gonna take advantage of it.
I still need to cut up the footage from the love ride so I can post it on Monday.
Yeah.
I've unusually been filming all day.
Do what?
Today. I've unusually been filming all day today.
Huh.
Strangely.
Filming your building your models?
Yeah, I got a leprechaun on the bench. Fucking.
I saw that on Instagram.
Leprechaun.
The thing looks awesome.
Leprechaun. The Killarney leprechaun.
Oh, just need some wee potatoes.
Where's me Lucky Charms?
So I'm using my wireless headset, but I'm only using the headset for the microphone, so I don't run the battery down. So I'm using the studio monitors. It's not echoing or anything, right?
Nope.
No, you sound good.
Remarkably clear.
Okay, good. Right on.
Sounds like Ron Burgundy.
Dude, look at this. I don't know if you guys saw the video I posted. It's here, I'll post it again.
Daytona 765.
It's the first look of the 765, like an actual footage. Like they're walking around the bike and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check this out.
It looks good, man. I'm not gonna lie, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks like the 675 to be honest, but a lot more carbon fiber.
Does it sound rape whistly?
I haven't turned it on, so I didn't get that. I literally found it right before you jumped in here. I was like,
"Ooh, dude, it looks good." Boy, that's a beautiful motorcycle.
It is, and it comes with that Aero exhaust. It's a little big, but you know what? It's an Aero exhaust. I'm sure it sounds good.
It's gonna sound good, but I'll tell you right now, it's not gonna be very loud.
That's what Chuck's was saying. He's probably really quiet.
Yeah.
Those aero exhausts that come installed on the models. It was the same thing with the Street Twin and all that, and the Speed Twin. Those aero factory exhausts sounded really, really nice, but they're way quieter than you're gonna want.
What is all right? Here's a question for you. They're saying it's 128 brake horsepower.
It's gonna be at the crank.
And then it says, what did it say? Oh fuck, where'd it go? What is it? It's like a 190 PS or something like that.
190 what? PS?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that. I'm like, what is that? I was trying to find it again.
Script.
Where'd it
Yes,
go?
I have more power. Get it?
PS.
Like postscript when you write a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a
PS is
postscript
the
in this whole
designation
conversation.
for metric horsepower. I don't know why it would
They
have
use kilowatts. Yeah, they
well,
always use
kilowatts
kilowatts.
would be KW.
Yeah, that'd be KW. Yeah.
Let me mute this thing because I don't want to hear it, but I want to see the bike. Yeah, look at that thing, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm actually watching it in another window with the sound
Per
off.
square inch. Look at that. Oh my god, that thing looks fucking amazing, dude.
It looks like your 675.
It does, yeah, except it's all carbon fiber and there's no rear seat. That's all
It
like
is black.
carbon fiber tail.
I'd be shocked if that Aero exhaust came stock.
It is. That's what it's coming with.
Yeah.
Anybody else
But
know?
the factory aero exhausts comply with like all the Euro 4 stuff and all that, so they look really good, but they're going to be real tame.
What up, Chris? How's it going? How's your evening?
Anybody else notice that dude has jet black hair and a fucking gray goat fucking
Go
soul
to, yeah,
patch?
you know he
Yeah.
definitely puts a little something in there.
Yeah.
Oh, trends.
I do the opposite. I shave my head and color my beard. So
This is what I'm wondering. Is this it? Like, is this all they're doing, or are they
Yeah.
going to come out with
Have
a
you read?
standard model
Have you-
after that?
Have you read the comments? Like
Uh-uh.
they're getting lit up in the comments.
I didn't read it. I
Right,
just
take a
saw the
look
video.
here.
They're like, this looks exactly like a 675.
It does look like it.
Like,
130 PS is what it says. That's what it is.
oh yeah, that's metric horsepower.
Oh, and then 59
metric
foot,
horsepower.
59
Okay.
foot-pounds of torque at 9,000 RPMs.
Although
I
that
always
doesn't-
worry about bikes that put carbon fiber on new models because
Yeah.
I think replacing
Why?
I think
Why
they're
do you need-
yeah, 97 kilowatts.
So man,
No,
okay, so
metric.
97 kilowatts. So why would you, if you're going to do metric horsepower, that's got to be related to kilowatts somehow.
Well, yeah, kilowatts is a measure of power also,
Exactly. Right.
right? So it's just three different measurements
I
of
think
power.
metric horsepower, you're going to use that because it's a bigger number. It's like almost like 190 something metric
Right.
horsepower. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, 130, that,
And it's got the TFT screen as well. I know they have that. So that'll look pretty cool.
what's the difference between base horsepower, BHP?
Yeah. Brake horsepower is,
Not to the wheel, right?
no, brake horsepower is a method, is like a root mean square type method of measuring horsepower.
But it looks like.
But yeah, it's gonna be crank. They'll always-
Olin suspension, Brembo brakes,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
dual front Brembo brakes. Whew, that's gonna stop fucking.
Brembo, not Brembro.
Did I say that?
right.
Yeah, what you said. Probably still braided brake lines.
Brimbro brake lines in your Cadillac, your Integra.
And then 2-year unlimited mile warranty on it.
Oh, okay. So brake horsepower, they put a resistance on it
Yeah.
and then measure it at the crank without the accessories. So
Yeah. So it's crank horsepower with a load
yeah,
with road load. So they're probably
turn it on.
stimulating the amount of load that the final drive is going to experience.
All right.
right.
So at about 8 minutes in, they turn it on. Let's see how it sounds.
Can you pipe the sound through? I don't guess you
Can
can.
you press play?
It sounds like my bike, but a little deeper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it sounds just like my bike, just a little deeper.
Yep, we all
It's a
heard it.
cool bike, man. Either way, even though it does look a little bit like the 675, I mean, you got to. I mean, you can't really. I mean, anything they can use to, to keep the price of the bike down should be viewed as a good thing. I think.
Yeah, well, it's all dependent if I have my bike paid off by that time, which I'm really trying. I'm making bigger payments to pay it off so that I can afford a larger payment on this thing. If one even enough come in for me to even get one.
Have they released the MSRP on it for the US?
I haven't seen it. No.
Man.
Uh,
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it
Everybody's
on their
got
website?
bike fever right now. man.
So it says. Huh. Oh no way! Is that the price? Okay, hold on. Let's do some. Let me bring this up, and you guys tell me if you guys think this is the price. So it's up on the top right. I have it under US,
Mm-hmm.
and it's saying right here, 17.5.
Yeah, that's going to be the price then.
Bro,
That's about what I was expecting.
I can get with. I can get with that. I was like, as long as it's under 20, I'm gonna be able to get this. I should be able to afford it.
From 17.5.
Yeah, so you're
what-
probably looking at the door, probably like, depending on a deal you work out, probably about 18.5.
Well,
Yeah,
it
but
depends.
then you got interest on your
Yeah.
note, so it'll be
Well-
over $20,000 easy.
And is there going to be a 765 base model? Is it gonna be
That's what I haven't seen anywhere where they talk about that, because that's my
Yeah.
question.
price?
Are they literally just making this and saying no more,
Well,
or are they gonna make this
Price-
and then come out with a base model?
price from usually denotes that there's a higher end model or there's accessory options.
Right, and that this is a limited edition also denotes that it's probably a premium model. It would be great if they were going to have a non-carbon fiber, less sophisticated suspension version with stock non-aero components in the exhaust and all that for like $11,999 or something like that.
Yeah, but then it'd just be a 765.
Yeah,
I mean, then they'd just be bringing the old bike back.
that's a good point.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm curious.
I mean, not that they shouldn't bring the old Daytonas back. They should, but they should redesign it. I mean, this looks exactly like Ghost bike made out of carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what justifies the extra besides the motor and the tuning.
Yeah,
I don't know what
tuning,
justifies-
exhaust.
Well, that's why I said I always worry about bikes that are made out of carbon fiber because they're replacing the excess weight with cocaine.
Now the salty rider.
Oregon went wrong.
Keep in mind with this bike, they're only making 765 for Europe and Asia, and then 765 for the rest of the world,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's all they're making of this particular model, and they're all going to be numbered as well.
If I was rich, I'd buy all of them and I'd burn them.
Yeah. Keep in
You
mind
burn all of
that,
them except for one.
that 17.5 is MSRP. The dealers can jack that up.
Yeah,
So, if a dealer gets a high demand for it, they're going to jack that price up another $4 or $5 grand.
yeah. We'll have to see how it works out.
Buy all the special shoes in the world, man, and I just burn them motherfuckers.
Corner the market on rare Nikes.
Buy me a diamond crystal speedboat, paint it gold.
Crystal Speedboat.
Boat? Ghost is getting a boat?
No. We don't need to call red in here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty cool though, man. Just to have just a bike with that much carbon fiber and those high-end suspension components.
I mean, that's the price of the S1000 right there.
Right. Yeah, and that thing would not compare to an
Nope.
S1000.
Oh, the S1000 would destroy this thing.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get an S1000, Ghost?
Oh, I've thought about it. There's so many bikes that I want. I still like that Triumph Bobber too. So a lot of bikes.
S1000 is not a bike you're going to be wanting to put 60,000 miles on in 2 years.
Oh no, it's not. It's definitely not.
I still want a Speed Twin, man. That's still of all the bikes I'm always dreaming about. That's the one that just keeps coming back. That's the one that hasn't gone away. Like I've considered other bikes, and they've kind of, yeah, I could do. That's a really cool bike, but but that Speed Twin, I keep thinking that's the one right there. But it's a problem for me to buy another Triumph because nearest Triumph dealer is 350 miles away. Yeah, so there's one in Albuquerque, which is, I don't know. There's one in Fort Worth, one in Austin, and there's one in Albuquerque.
Well, I mean, the thing is my Daytona is not doing too well either. It might be even worth taking that and trading it in and getting a down deposit on that. I could probably get that bike pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my Daytona's paid off. Huh?
What year is your Daytona?
2014. It'll only probably bring in about $3,000.
And it's just a 675, isn't it? It's not the 675. Right?
Yep. It's just a six. I think it's about $3,000.
It seems I'm looking up an awful lot of motorcycle values lately. 2014.
I tell you what, the thing right now is that so few people are riding motorcycles that we are paying out the ass for brand new bikes right now. Volumes are so low compared to what they were 15 or 20 years ago that you're just going to pay a premium price. It's hard to get a good motorcycle for under $10,000 right now.
Low retail's $5,000. You could sell it private party.
Yeah, but with the mileage, I'm guessing it's gonna still be like $3,000 because that's got 50 some thousand miles on it.
That's true.
So I think I'd probably be happy with 3.
Boy, man, Triumph's website sucks. Trying to find the nearest dealer.
Yes, it does.
Boy, that's a horrible website.
It's designed for the Brits.
Oh, the 2020 Z900 H2. That shit looks crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Z900 H2, right? I think it is.
I think that's
I
right.
thought you wanted one of those.
Huh?
I thought you wanted one of those.
I wanted the Z900, yeah, but now they have the H2 version too. So it's gonna be fucking supercharged.
Or what is it, the ZH2?
It says Z900 H2.
I don't get what they're trying to do there, but whatever.
I think they're trying to bring in the H2 in a lower price range for people that want an H2 that can't afford $30,000.
Yeah. But you
Dude,
can't
the
really look like a
Z900,
Z900, you know?
The Z900 is MSRP $9,299. That's still a good price right there too.
Dude, the Speed Twin is $12,000.
Yep.
Speed Twin.
Unbelievable. The Speed Twin, yeah, it's $12,000 brand new.
That the Bonneville?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's based on the Bonneville. What used to be the Bonneville. It's kind of got that Bonneville look, but the
What up, Mike?
golly, in the Street Twin is $9,300.
Oh yeah, send full the link, man.
I already did.
All right. Oof.
Well, it is what it is. Motorcycles are just expensive now. I mean, Triumphs are going to be expensive anyway because they're low volume. Even on a good day, there's not very, they're a low volume manufacturer. So
Yep.
you're going to pay more, But then again, Honda's a high volume manufacturer and they charge a premium price for their motorcycles. So who knows?
The problem with motorcycles is you always want another one.
Yeah, I know.
That's
exactly right.
You always want another motorcycle. And I don't necessarily want to get rid of the 675, but if it's a choice between me maybe getting a 765 limited edition version, that might be something.
The problem with the limited edition version, are you really going to want to ride it?
No, that's why I would probably just ride it weekends or when we go do group rides or something like that. I definitely wouldn't ride it to work every day.
Go on Kenny's group rides. People wreck.
Yeah. Well, I've lowered the amount of fucking miles I ride a week by about 400 miles just working from home 2 days a week now. So,
Oh yeah, I bet that helps tremendously.
oh, dude, it's so
It's
fucking
40% reduction in commute miles.
helpful. And time. My
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah, time is money. Time is everything.
Yep.
Time is life.
Yep. That was always my biggest thing. It really is just the amount of time I spend commuting is really what kills me more than anything.
Of course, if you just work from home all day,
Huh?
you just work from home all day.
Well, I can't work from home every day, but at least I got Mondays and Tuesdays. I may buy bikes, but I don't buy drugs. That's a win in my book. That is a win in my book.
Unless you're buying a carbon fiber one, could be getting drugged. Never know.
Yeah. I think one of my things that me and my girl want to do eventually is get a Honda Goldwing and just go cross country on something like that. Just I can take like a month and just travel around. Probably need more than a month to be honest.
To get cross country on a motorcycle and back? Depends on whether you're going straight across or diagonal.
Well, I mean, you're on a motorcycle, you never go straight.
I've always wanted to cross the Sahara on a pig.
On a pig?
Right.
Pig?
Got a big fat fucking farm pig, bridle and shit, with a boom box, playing Beastie Boys. The motorcycle can't go there, so you need a pig or something like a camera.
Well, I am waiting until I don't know when to get a bike. My whole thing for the past few years, my whole thing has been that I'm really satisfied with the 3 motorcycles I have.
Yeah.
And until I get to where one is, starts causing me problems that I don't want to deal with, or something like that, or I don't know.
That's kind of where I'm at with the Daytona, man. Like I took it out and made that last video with it, and man, every time I ride it, I'm just like, bro, I love this fucking bike. But I'm like, but the problems I've had with it and still have with it, I'm just like, But man, when I ride that thing, I'm like, it puts a smile on my face, man.
Yeah, you've had more problems with that bike than any other Triumph owner I've ever known with any other Triumph motorcycle.
Oh man, I don't get it.
That one has been problematic, man. And you bought it new, right?
Yeah, brand new, 0 miles.
Damn it.
So I'm trying to get. I got to get tires. I'm gonna have to get tires for the GSX, and I need to take it in for full service, valve adjustment, the whole fucking 9. That's got.
Man, how many miles do you have on it?
27,000.
Jesus, you just got that bike like a year ago.
Literally, it's been just over a year now. Yeah.
Wow. And what are your valve check intervals on that bike?
It's. I think it said 20,000 is when it said. So I'm a little over, but I just haven't had the cash because I want to do the whole thing, the whole package, the whole everything. I think it's like $600 to get it done.
It's a GSS X750.
Yeah.
Why don't you just do it yourself?
Because I don't fucking know how to do valve. You can come do it for me.
I'm good. Fucking hate working on sport bikes.
I've literally pretty much kept up with everything.
What, is it just valve check or actual adjustment?
With the miles
Probably
that
just
I've
valve check.
Hopefully. Well, I don't know.
I mean, for a valve check, all you're doing is just getting a feeler rod and putting them in between your cams. That's it.
It's supposed to be every 15,000 miles, it looks like.
And that's just valve check, right?
I feel like 15,000 was really low.
Yeah, it says you're supposed to check every 14,500 miles on the GSX-S.
I'm way overdue then.
Yeah, I would definitely get that taken care of. Especially if you're revving it out a lot.
Well, sometimes.
What will happen is the main thing I'll guarantee you'll do that valve check, and all of the intake valves will be just fine, but you will have at least a couple of tight exhaust valves, and you're going to need to shim those. That's the way it always goes with a first valve check. Now the second valve check, you might get away with it. Third check, maybe you'll get away with it.
With the Daytona, the first valve check that I did on it, there was nothing wrong. They were all in spec. And then the second valve check that I had done with it, there was only one that needed some adjusting, and that was it.
Yeah, on my ZRX 1200R, the very first time I checked the valves, everything was in spec. But every time after that, it has needed shims. So, but the great thing about those old GPZ motors is that they are the way you replace the shims. It's not shim under bucket; it's shim over bucket, and they have this weird little arm. It's an old school style. You have to take the valve cover off of it, but you don't have to pull the cams in order to change the shims. You just move those little arms out, and you can, and you rotate the cam to the the opposite of the center, and it'll work. So you just reach in there, take it with a magnet, take out the old shim, put in a new shim, and you're done. So. But with all the other bikes, you gotta take the cams out, and that sucks balls.
What were you saying, Billy? Huh? I always do 3.
3. Okay, cool.
I haven't used this though since SCMM, and today I was like, you know what? I need to get some. You guys see
that shit in the headlines today? It's so hilarious. The very network, CNN, saying vaping's killing teens. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh my god!
And then today they're like, study shows that vaping, switching from smoking to vaping, drastically improves heart health. It's like,
it drastically increases what?
Heart health.
Oh, heart health. Yeah.
Well, there was a news conference when they did that whole vaping investigation thing. One of the reporters was like, "So is smoking actually safer than vaping?" Sergeant General was like, "No."
These kids, man, they're doing all these weird things with their vaporizers. They're cranking them up where they make a lot of vapor.
Yeah.
And then they're using questionable product.
Chinese coils and
right.
Well, it all came out, busted out from that Dank Vapes THC cartridges that were primarily the oil base in it the oil stringent was vitamin E acetate, and that's what fucking killed everybody. They're probably going to still keep knocking them out because dude was making 5,000 a day when they found it and stopped.
Well, it's one of those deals where.
Fuck you, Red.
Yeah, I was about to call your attention to that in case you didn't see it.
I didn't.
There he is.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
What up, y'all?
Yo.
Red, one. I gotta go. That guy's here.
Oh, later. His money. Gotta go. How's everybody's Friday?
Can't complain. Sitting here drinking an IPA, hanging out with you guys.
Definitely
I'm drinking a brisk iced tea. About to head to the local watering hole, I believe y'all call it in Texas there, Tim.
Yes, that's an acceptable term. You gonna do a little DJing tonight?
Nah, I got to meet some owners and some shit like that. So, but the cool thing is just like down the street from the house. I think I'm like less than 10 minutes away. So,
cool.
Oh, that's dope.
I got sick of going to fucking Laguna Beach. Man, fucking hate that shit, dude. That shit is 47 miles, I think, one way. Yeah, and then usually they have me DJ on Friday, and then I got to turn around and go to work on fucking Saturday. Just
yeah.
You're like fucking 4. Like, I mean, by the time I get home, it's like 2:30, damn near 3. You know what I mean? I got to be up by fucking 7:15. Yeah, it's just
What time do you guys open the shop? 9 o'clock.
Well, they want us there at 8:45, but we fucking get there. Or no, we get there at 8:45. We don't open till 9, but like Saturdays is like first come first serve. And I'm sorry, motherfuckers on Triumph, Bonnevilles, and Scramblers be there early, son. Motherfuckers be beating us and shit. We like, bitch, we over till 9.
I was whenever I took my Daytona into fucking the whatever you call it, Del Amo or fucking South Bay. I would be there before they open, so I was the first motherfucker in there, so I can get my bike back.
I just think that's just funny, dude. Be a bunch of fucking cats in like they like early late 60s and shit showing up. Fucking, I mean, it's funny, but it's just
they've been up since 4 a.m. They've had 2 pots of coffee, man.
Right, done rode through a couple canyons, fucking coming over to get the, whatever 1,000-mile services and shit.
In full leathers.
Get new tires put on.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's just funny, man. I just laugh at it because I remember like one day I left a little early and was stopping at 7-Eleven to pick up some, some food or whatever. And there was a dude sitting outside on a Triumph, right? And he was like eating something. I was like, oh, where's that motherfucker going to the shop? Right. So I got whatever I did, left, went to the shop, started opening up, and that dude showed up like 10 minutes later. I was like, yeah, of course.
Dude, this is the worst. I got this guy at work. It's right, the V-Star 600, and it's an old one. And he's the principal fucking character. He's like a big wig. He's like somebody we're supposed to respect and shit, right?
And he's riding a V-Star 600.
He's riding a V-Star 600. I'm not done. He's got fucking brown, not only just regular leather chaps on with the fringe, but he's got the brown ones, the ones that were like tanned nicely and you pay extra for. And fucking like a mod vest. You know what mods are from the 80s?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's not from the 80s. It's from the
bottom
60s.
half. His bottom half has got fucking fancy brown leather chaps. His top half has got a fucking English fedora hat and goddamn houndstooth vest riding around.
Dang, he should be riding BSA Gold Star.
Yeah, well, he doesn't literally have the fucking hat on because guess what kind of helmet? Just guess what kind of helmet this motherfucker rides with.
A bell.
Of course, a bottle cap. Yeah. Ridiculous.
Who's thinking?
The hell is that noise?
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone's mic is
That's
all
me
fucked
messing
up.
with my mic. Sorry.
Oh, Mister.
I'm messing with your mic or messing with
I got a lapel mic.
diddly thing down there.
Got a lapel mic. Oh, fancy.
Seriously, got a lapel mic going on?
No, it's just
Can't see.
connected. So
Well, full penny's kind of a hipster.
I don't know what you're talking about, Chuck.
Wait, hold on. What kind of beer are you drinking there? Is that Banquet?
Looks like Modelo.
Oh,
Hipster.
Hey, go.
I'll be drinking.
what?
I gotta poke fun at you a little bit, but I'm gonna guarantee this, right? I'm gonna go ahead and guarantee this. It's gonna be a matter of fact. I guarantee that I will ride a Daytona 765 before you, even though you paid money.
You ain't.
That's a new one on me.
I guarantee.
Maybe they're not gonna have demo ones for you guys to ride.
No, not in that limited of numbers.
Yeah, they're not gonna let you ride those.
You sure?
Unless they come out with the base one, you're not getting on a limited one. There's
You're
only
like,
too
hey,
many they're gonna
boss,
sell. Yep.
Yeah, you'd be like, "Hey, boss, I'm going to take this all carbon fiber limited edition, one of 700 Triumph for a test ride," and he's going to be like, "No, you're not."
You can sit on it. You can sit on it and wheel it across the shop floor.
You can clean it.
You can clean it.
Got a kilo of cocaine in it anyway. He's not going
Here's some lemon pledge.
I'm still gonna guarantee it. Nah, I don't know, man. I'm curious. I mean, there's definitely gonna be some that have been slotted for press, and with us being Triumph's press. Oh yeah, trust me. Somebody. Look,
Unless it.
okay,
maybe,
wait.
Yeah, they might have
wait.
one that's like not numbered.
So you're saying no fucking news outlets is gonna get their hands?
They may have one or it's not, or a couple that are not numbered. That's the only thing I can think of. But they're not gonna let numbered fucking, like, they're literally numbered Only 765 of them.
I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to have one demo model, and they're going to pass it around to, and motorcyclist.com will get it.
What up, B-Hart?
Motorcyclist magazine, all the the former EMAP publishing companies will get them first, and they'll tell them, you got this bike for one day, and we're coming to get it. So you better make your videos, take your pictures, and write your articles in this next 24-hour period. That's how it's going to work.
And guess where that bike is going to be?
Well, I hope you get your hands on it, and I hope you put it on Instagram and send me some pictures.
Send me some pictures. Yeah, fucking it's kind of dope, man. Being like Triumph's like baby dealer or whatever. Like them motherfuckers will approve. Okay, everything that I've sent Triumph for warranty or Goodwill is just approved. It's funny. It's like I got this joke talking about like I wish I could change the bike and put like Yamaha or some shit in there because I think they would just automatically fucking prove it.
But I think I think in general Triumph is good about doing stuff like that. Because I've had a couple things on my bike that were like that they just approved it as whatever you call it. It was out of the warranty, and they Goodwill,
so,
yeah, whatever that's called.
So Goodwill's generally. So as long as it's something that's been a known issue and you're within
like a couple months or something within the expiration.
We push through shit longer than that, but as long as you're fairly close, all manufacturers, if it's a big known big known thing, as long as there's not a recall, well, no, recalls are gonna fix anyways. Yeah, but generally, as long as you're close to your warranty expiration, most dealers will Goodwill shit. I've Goodwill shit through Suzuki and Ducati. But like Ducati will put fucking clauses and make fucking the
like Harley
sign shit. Like for instance, this guy had an aftermarket see-through, clutch cover or whatever, and something went out somewhere else, but they made him sign it saying even though this aftermarket part wasn't the cause of the issue, you still need fucking blah 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 blah. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like Ducati's funny, man.
Kawasaki used to be really good about it too. I remember back in the day, I bought my ZX6R in December of 1999, and it had a 1-year full warranty on it. Well, 2.5 years later, I had a problem with it, and I took it in to the Kawasaki shop where I bought it to get the thing fixed. And when I got it back, I came to pick it up, and I was like, okay, how much do I owe you guys? Nothing.
Nice.
And I was like, really? I said, what? I said, it's not under warranty anymore. They said, no, man, that should not have broken. We got you, man. We're going to put it under warranty. Kawasaki won't fight us on it. They're really good about that.
So what that means is, so for us with Triumph, we're their number one dealer. But let's say you're not, and like every time, because what I found out is every so often you'll get audited, right? And so they'll come and check to make sure, like let's say Ghost brings his bike in and his fucking front brake master cylinder went out, right? So you file the claim, everything gets approved, tech does the work, and you're supposed to save that part for a period of, I think generally it's 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days.
Right. And so let's say fucking whomever, whatever brand, comes in and audits you and says, hey, where's that front brake master cylinder that you took off Ghost bike? If you can't produce that shit,
they charge you.
Yeah, there's that. And then like you get on their not shit list, but
it's a shit list.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And then they just don't, like, it's harder to push shit through.
Well,
it's not clear and cut.
They'll be suspicious of you. So anytime you send in your warranty claims for the week or the month, they'll question everything. You'll start getting audited all the time. And if anything looks slightly frivolous, or if it looks like, something that's even remotely questionable, they'll question you on it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's best not to betray their trust.
Okay, here's my last thing, because I know I got to take off here. I want to let everybody know this, man. When you buy a motorcycle, we're gonna keep it motorcycle, but I'm pretty sure this falls over into the car world too. And when you guys go to buy extended warranties, one thing I am fucking learning is if possible, manufacturer extended warranty, hands fucking down.
Never buy any extended warranty that is not a manufacturer
Yes.
extended warranty.
I've seen, okay, for instance, Western.
You will get fucked.
Yes, Western.
100% probability.
Yes. So I've seen Western deny a few things, and I'm like, what, really? You know what I mean? And they're like, well, yeah, because it says on page 2 in their contract, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, whoa. And then you fucking get the contract and you start reading that shit, and you're like, oh, that's fucked up, right? Like, it's anything that's manufactured, if it breaks, just take it back to the fucking dealership. They'll fucking get it taken and handled and like taken care of, and everything's handled. But with the aftermarket companies, like we've even seen something happen with some valves and a head on a Ducati Super Sport, right?
Mhm.
They had to send a fucking guy out twice, because the first time he came out and he agreed with what we had thought was a problem, he relayed that information back to Western, and they denied that shit. And we got on the phone and was like, no, that's fucked up because blah, 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 blah. So pretty much they were trying to say like something about the valves and they wouldn't cover it. It was like, but all this shit failed before it was even his first valve check, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not even time to check his valves and shit's already fucked up. And they were like, no. And then, like I said, we fought him on it. They sent another dude out, or no, the same guy back out. And then we got him to cover some of the shit, but still,
That's what they always do.
dude.
They fight you. They'll fight your ass on it, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to set you up for a mentality, a mindset, to where when they come back and go, okay, well, I tell you what, we'll pay 50% of it, or we'll pay 60% of it, and you go, well, fuck, at least we got that. We better take that while we can get it. Those, unless it, like just like you said, man, unless it is a manufacturer's extended warranty, do not buy it, because it's fucking crap.
It is.
They're
bad.
trying to make money, and they will look for every possible excuse they can find not to pay a warranty claim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And generally those aftermarket warranties, they'll cover normal everyday shit like fuel pump goes out, or
Nah.
you fucking
No, yeah, keep going. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, like general, like if oil and liquids run through it and that part fails, right? Like your stator goes out and shit like that. Yeah, they'll cover that all day.
Mhm.
But it's something like, for instance, this guy's I think it was a Monster or some shit. I don't remember. But Ducatis have fucking belts. They don't have timing chains. And
Right.
one of the pulley bearings broke, right? And so of course it fucking broke the pulley, and then the belt comes off, of course. Now time is all fucked up. Dude immediately pulled over, towed the bike home, and then brought it into the shop. And then Ducati Western denied that shit and said it's an external non-lubricated part, therefore we do not cover it.
Right.
I was like, bitch, what? So the customer's gonna be out of like it's like $1,200 just to fix that.
Right. And the bad part is that the customer often doesn't know. They don't take the time to read that policy when they agree to it. And all of that stuff is usually spelled out in very nebulous language. And they'll tell you, they'll call you up and they'll say, oh yeah, man, I have an extended warranty and it covers everything. I paid this much money for it and it covers everything. Just give them a call, they'll cover it. And I'm like, okay, but then you're like, all right, I'll do it. But then every single time those extended warranty companies will try to find a loophole where they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Just a heads up, guys. If you buy a new bike or whatever, just try to get the manufacturer's to
Here's my recommendation. When you first buy the bike, do not buy any extended warranty, period. When you get in the last 3 months of your factory warranty, if you've had a bunch of freaking problems with the bike, then yeah, consider a manufacturer's extended warranty. But if you haven't had a problem out of it, it's been perfect. Everything's perfect on it. You've taken it in for service, or you've done the service for yourself, and you've kept up with everything. You know, all the bolts are torqued. You know, everything's in good working order. You may want to just not worry about that shit, because you're going to pay $300 to $500 for one of those or more. And you can usually, if you're good at turning a wrench, you can do most repairs yourself for $500 or less, even if it's a pretty invasive repair, if you know how to do it. So
my recommendation to everybody
is find a Kenny.
Find a Kenny.
Find a Kenny. Find a Tim Christ or find a Kenny.
That's exactly right.
I ain't working on shit. I'll tell you that. But anyways, guys, I'm out. Y'all
Okay, man. Have a good night. Be careful, man.
See you, Red.
Later, Ed.
I forgot how to fucking
Mitch,
how
you-
do I leave this motherfucker.
Love you.
Oh, there it is. Peace.
I miss seeing you guys, man. I wish we didn't live 1,000 miles apart. It breaks my heart.
So far.
Dude, I would be bothering you guys all the time. I'd be at your house. You'd be like, fuck, Tim is here again.
Drinking all my beer.
At least he brings beer with him.
Yeah, as long as it's beer brought, we're good.
Yeah, Cliff loved you guys too. Cliff was like, those are really cool guys. So I was like, I told you, man, I know how to pick. I don't hang out
I'm
with
glad he came. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun hanging out with you. So that was definitely a good time for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll want to come next year. We'll see. Derek's talking about doing it really early in the year, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't think the hotels are going to be empty in June when he wants to do it.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
We were out there in late June, early July, and they still had people in hotels.
Yeah.
Like the hotels were still semi-full.
There's also kids are in school, so a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I can't go."
Right.
Yeah, that's the tough part. Which that doesn't really matter to me because I turn 50 next week. And I go where I want and I do what I want. So the thing that I'm thinking though is that late summer breaking into early fall to me sounds like a better plan because for one thing it lets a more than a year pass instead of 6 or 8 months or whatever.
Right.
But it may not work. But this is just my thinking is that the best motorcycle riding time I ever had in Southern California in all the years I've been going out there was when I went out in 2014. It was October. I stayed at Sub D's house. I rode his Triumph, and we rode all over for like 3 days. And the weather was heaven on earth in Southern California in October. And I keep thinking to myself, yeah, you may lose some people if you do it in October because of kids being in school and it's kind of between the end of summer and the holidays and all that. But that it would make for some fantastic riding. And I think you could probably, if you still wanted to do it in Palm Springs, get reasonable rates on hotels at that time of year.
So October?
In October, yeah.
Probably. I mean, Derek's going to have to go talk to the hotels before he can set dates.
Yeah. They loved us. So if
Isn't that like an on season?
do what?
Like the busy season? Isn't that like the busy season? I mean,
Well, it's the beginning.
October.
Yeah, it's the beginning. So my understanding of Palm Springs is that when people really start heading that way and spending a lot of time there is during like this time of year, like about a week out, 2 weeks out from the holiday season starting. That's when everybody goes to Palm Springs because it's nice and warm there. It's perfect weather. You can go swimming. People go there for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and then they play golf all through the winter there. And then they all head out in the springtime when it starts to heat up again. So,
I'll tell you, Sonny Bono dodged the bullet on that place.
yeah,
Sunny Bar.
he didn't dodge a tree though. Oh, what dude, that was horrible. I apologize for saying that. I had nothing but love and respect for Sonny Bono. I got nothing but the utmost admiration for Sonny Bono. I did not mean that.
You
I just
mean the
kidding.
short most?
Oh. I see what you did there, Billy.
Sorry.
Working in your workshop,
Not
making
very
your
good
gaffes.
there.
Well, I'm up for whatever. I mean, I'm trying to think of an easier way to do this. It just seems like every year when I come out and I drive out, no matter how I do it, it's more difficult than it needed to be. My plan this year was that I was just going to come out and rent a bike, and I was going to like have Eagle Rider meet me at the airport with the bike or something like that, figure out something along those lines and just ride for 4 or 5 days, take the bike back and then take a cab to the airport. But then Cliff said, "Hey man, I'll go with you. He said, in fact, I just spent $50,000 on this diesel truck and this toy hauler RV. Let's take it out there." And I was like, Well, okay, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. So we put the bikes in the back of that toy hauler and hauled it out there.
That's the way to do it, man.
It really was a good deal, but we spent a lot of money on diesel.
What up, LA Jixer?
Yeah,
I can imagine.
We went 2,100 miles and we got about 9 miles to the gallon. So you can,
Oh my
you
god,
can imagine what we spent on diesel.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit's expensive, man.
So it may be better just to fly out there and have a bike waiting, or I don't know. I'll figure something out. But
I don't know. I always think shit would be funner on your own bike rather than on a rental bike.
yeah, but you know what? The first year I came out, the very first SCMM, I rented a bike from Eagle Rider, and I had a ball on that bike. It was like, not only was I in Southern California having a great time riding motorcycles, but I was on this. It was like somebody just gave me a bike. Of course, they were charging me $100 a day for it, but
You don't even need to use Eco Rider though. What's that one site where
Yeah,
people
there's-
rent out their bikes now?
there are way more options in 2020 than there were in 2015.
Yeah, because there's that website where you can rent out your bike if it's just sitting there, so you can
Yeah.
actually rent someone's bike.
Yeah, people have like 3 or 4 or 5 bikes in their garage, and they'll rent them out. What is that website called?
That's what I was just
Bike
looking
Share
for.
or something like that.
That's what I'm
Bike
looking
Share.
for.
Enterprise.
I've seen it before. Motorcycle.
Ehart said she looked at those and they have a lot of stipulations, which I'm sure they do. Like, it's probably stuff like, if I just had to guess, you have to make
Would
sure
too if I was
your
renting
insurance will cover an accident and all
It's
of that.
Rider Share.
Rider Share, that's what it is.
Let's see. Choose your dates. Fuck. What is it? Fucking.
Share.
They're fucking. No, let's see. November. No. January, March. Everyone. I'm just gonna say. No. Oh, you can't even go that far out.
Yeah, she said you had to live local in some areas, and some of them required a certain number of experience. Well, I got 41 years, so everybody can suck my balls.
So yeah, they have like a Ducati Scrambler in LA, $59 a day. Harley Davidson Road King for $63 a day. Ducati Monster for $64 a day. That's way cheaper than fucking.
Yeah. Well, and and that's the whole thing, is that the one time I rented when I came out there, I rented a freaking 45 horsepower 883 Sportster. Had a ball on that motorcycle. Had a great time. It did fine. It went down the highway at 75 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, no problem. It did fine up in the mountains for a little cruiser, and I just had a good time on it. And so, if somebody's, for me, I would be fine if somebody's got a Rebel 500 that they would rent me for $50 a day or $40 a day or something.
Yeah, so this says it's $63 a day, 200 miles a day, and then 50 cents a mile after that.
Okay. Ooh, that's steep on the over mileage, but whatever.
But that's 200 a day. That's, I mean,
Is it ridershare.com?
Riders-share.com.
Oh, riders-share.com.
Yeah.
.com.
R3. Well, you don't pick the bike. You literally put the location, Nomad. You just put in a location and search, and it'll show you what's available. So you don't actually get to pick a bike. It's just whoever has their bike.
Choose your city. Let's see. Let's say that I rudely invite myself to Ghost House. So let's say, well, no, I'll tell you what. Let's just say Palm Springs.
That's what I put in. But it doesn't let you put that far out on the date. So
Yeah, you just have to. Yeah. Oh no, it goes all the way to July 2020.
Busted knuckles. 200 miles a day is for babies.
Agreed.
Yes, 200 miles on an R3 would suck.
Oh yeah, that would be brutal.
What's this website called?
Riders-share.com.
There you go.
And yeah, there's pickings are slim in Palm Springs.
Yeah, you probably just pick it up in LA.
Yeah, or
Let's
pick
see.
it up in Temecula. There's a whole bunch
Oh,
of them.
Temecula, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it depends on where you fly in. So if you're gonna fly into LA, I doubt you'd fly. If you're gonna, you'd probably end up flying into LA.
Iron 883, $60 a day. Monster, $72 a day. These are a lot of the ones you were finding. Ducati Scrambler Icon, $60 a day. Ooh, dude, MT-09, $51 a day. There you
Yeah,
go.
you seen that? Yeah. And it looks like it has a fucking case on it too.
Yeah, got a GV case or something on the back of it. You got to go to LA to get that one.
That's unlimited miles.
Yeah,
That one says unlimited.
awesome.
So, Tim, if you do come out, where do you want to ride to this year?
You know what? I'll tell you this. I want to ride somewhere that I haven't done before. And from 14, 15, 16,
San
17,
Diego.
19. Yeah, it's going to be the San Diego area. It's going to be like, I'll tell you where I haven't been in a long time and where I've never been. I've been in a car several times, but never on a motorcycle. Is up Palomar to Julian, Borrego Springs.
Dude, we
Oh,
can
I
totally
just did that right a few weeks
we could do
ago.
that
Mhm.
from San. That's what when Fish was here, we rode down to San Diego. We were supposed to do the Yamaha test ride, and then they wouldn't let us film, so we were like, "Fuck
Yeah.
that."
Mhm.
So then we rode from San Diego all the way in the back country to my house, and it took us like 4 hours, and we went through like Telegraph Canyon up to Julian, from the back of Julian all the way down to the back of Palomar. All the way
Goodbye,
down back to
Julian.
my house. It was a fucking awesome ride.
Oh yeah, yeah. I watched those videos. It looked great. So that's what I'm thinking is further south and more toward the coast.
You can go to Oceanside. I'll show you the Top Gun house.
Oh yeah, I actually watched Adam Mawoo's video on the Top Gun house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
on the coast anymore.
that's
We
pretty
go,
cool.
we can go down to San Diego and look at the barbecue place because it's garbage.
Yeah, but
Food is
it's still there too. They've got all of that stuff hanging inside of it.
Well, nobody in California knows how to do barbecue. So,
Hey, what are you
That's very
talking about?
cool.
You just not been to the right places, man.
trust
Are you
me,
guys-
I've been to a lot of the right places.
How are you gonna tell
And
me?
my
what is that
statement
place you went
stands.
to after the LA to SD? What's that place? Fuck, what's it called?
I can think of
That place is bomb.
five hole in the walls in fucking Kansas City that were better than that place in San Diego.
Lies.
Just off the top of my head.
Well, I'll tell you guys this, and you'll have to delete this hangout after we're done with it so that this doesn't come back to haunt me later on. But in my opinion, Texas doesn't know how to do barbecue either. In Texas, we make our barbecue way too smoky,
Yep.
way too smoky, and it's gross a lot of times. I tell you who knows how to do barbecue.
Kansas.
Don't tell anybody I said this, but Carolina barbecue is the freaking best, man. I love Carolina barbecue.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Central Appalachian in general. I don't know. Like, I noticed most states consider barbecue. It just means it's got barbecue sauce on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, they just took barbecue after it was cooked.
That would be California.
No, there's places.
No, there's not places, Ghost.
There's definitely places.
Dickies don't count.
Keep in mind, I grew up in Kansas, pretty much one of the best barbecue places in the world. So,
Yeah, but Busted Nux made a good point in the side chat. He said Texas knows how to smoke meat, not barbecue. They're not the same.
yeah,
I
this is
totally
very-
agree with that. He hit the nail on the head with that comment. Yeah, smoking meat it's so that it tastes like a fucking ashtray after 12 hours is not the same as barbecue.
But it's fucking delicious.
It can be. It can be. There are a few places here in Texas. There's this one place in Junction, Texas, I really like to go. And it's really good. It's called Rube's. And then I've got a couple of places like that. They're these little mom and pop places that know how to do it right. But generally, like there's this place that's called Kreutz Barbecue. That sounds a lot like Kreutz Barbecue. People always ask me if my family owns it. Their meat is way too smoky. Everybody's heard of Cooper's Barbecue. That's like the most famous barbecue places in Texas. There's like 2 or 3 or 4 of them. and I can't even walk into that place. You walk out of that place and you smell like smoke for 3 days. You can't wash it. You can't wash the scent away. You know. So anyway, I'm real weird about that kind of stuff. But I haven't been eating that much meat lately, so which is weird. I don't know why.
Oh man, I've been back on keto for 2 weeks and lost 16 pounds.
Nice.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Dave.
16 pounds
It's like
in 2
one night
weeks?
I just snapped. I snapped like on a Thursday night or something. And I was like,
You're-
you know what? Fuck this, dude.
Well, keto is awesome. There's no doubt about that. But 16 pounds, you got to figure that probably a quarter of that to a third of that was water.
I would say more.
Yeah, probably.
I'm still drinking beer, so I guess I'm kind of
Yeah.
Adkins more, but it's still
You're also
draining out.
supposed to up your salt when you do keto that heavy, and it helps you retain water a little bit more. And it also is supposed to help you with the manufacturing of ketones. So you're supposed to eat like lots of bacon. You're supposed to put salt on everything you eat. Eat salty cheeses. It's supposed to really help you. But 16 pounds in 2 weeks, you're doing
Dude,
fine.
I got you, man. It's been green olives, bacon, fucking a lot of fucking Himalayan salt, a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
And then I just refuse pretty much everything else. But I allow myself beer, so I guess it's technically Atkins, right?
Yeah, you
But
just have to.
it's still working like a motherfucker.
You just got to do your. But before you begin an intermittent fast on keto, that's the time to drink beer, because if you're gonna have some beers, you want to then fast after that. So you're drinking beer tonight, then fast like until tomorrow night, and you might be back in keto by then. And then by the time you have a keto meal the next day, you'll be back in. So you can do it. Just depends on your metabolism. Everybody's a little bit different. I'm drinking beer
I
right
just
now.
can't. I don't know. I'll take the else out, but I can't take the beer out. But it's still working for me, so whatever. Because I fucking naturally, I think like a lot of people do, eat a lot of bread and fucking shit if I want. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fucking
Salty
shit,
Rider said one
carb,
olive
ice
is
cream.
10% of your daily sodium value. That's interesting. Makes sense. Olives are one of my favorite things about going on keto. Whenever I go on keto, eat all those olives, just saturate your body with olive oil and salt.
Fucking busted
Like-
back. Salt keeps my PP score high. I try to stay the champ. 9 out of 10 doctors recommends that comment.
So this post, watch, look at this screen. I'll show you. It's this. It says Iraq protesters bring out a lion to counter police dogs.
That seems like it could go bad for everyone involved.
The dog's like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Awesome. I'd love to see that.
I'm sure this is legit. Like they
A
fucking
Belgian
keep wild
Malinois.
animals and shit out there.
Dude, 14 German Shepherds and 1 Chihuahua after a lion.
I read this article. That's stupid. You just don't bring a lion out you can't domesticate a lion like you can a dog. You know, you can't train a lion like you can a dog. Just
Didn't
ask
we have this
Siegfried and Roy. That
conversation
should have
last
been
week?
bad. Ask Billy, who has a giant scar on his head from getting bit by a freaking tiger.
It'll pretend to be domestic.
Lions are so fucked up.
Eat your face.
Lions, this is how fucked up lions are. Little itty bitty baby cubs, not even a week old. Can't let them bite down on you because they won't let go. The only way to get away is for them to let go.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then you got this little fucking gremlin.
By the way,
Like,
cats also have extremely rough tongues. A lion can literally lick your skin off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they leave these fucking terrible precision holes, man. Like when a little lion, when it bites, it leaves these weird precision
Later,
holes,
Buster.
like fucking
Later, Buster.
alien holes. Their fangs
Yeah.
were. There's no ripping. They close up right away if they let go. It's real strange.
Little feline vampires, man. I was reading a deal about the average IQ of people in the deep Middle East, you know, Iran, Iraq, Syria, those types of places. Just talking about how so many bad decisions get made and they can't move forward as a society technologically or culturally because of the amount of inbreeding that goes on in those countries.
That's exactly it. It.
And not only that, not only is there tremendous inbreeding that results in people with very low IQs, but like pregnant women, for example, they don't get any vitamin D because they're not in the sun. They have to wear those big black freaking bedspreads everywhere.
Obviously, they got some D at some point.
Well, yeah. I see what you did there. But also, like, if they're pregnant during Ramadan, you have to fast. Is it good for a pregnant woman to fast, do you think? It's not. So they got these babies that are being born with all of these weird birth defects and all kinds of developmental problems. And then you combine that with the inbreeding. And then I'm like, no wonder this is the shithole of the world and will probably continue to be for a long period.
Don't they throw all the deformed ones over a cliff or something anyway?
Yeah, they do. In fact, look up the rat men of Afghanistan, or the mole men, or the rat men of Afghanistan, or something like that. It's a crazy deal.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
Kung Fu muscle.
It's a trap.
Get over the side of the wall.
It's gonna be a midget rat costume, fucking some weird African woman.
Crazy stuff. But you don't hear that in the media, boy.
Well, no, because they're all over here in Congress being like, we need to treat all the gays fairly. It's like, bitch, where you're from, they would stone them to death or drop them off at the top of the building.
And if you had your druthers, you would do the same. Don't act like you like gay people. We know you don't.
Right?
Your whole district, her whole district is lost. There has been such an influx of Muslims into that district that it will never not have a Muslim congressperson.
Right.
As a result of that. As long as that district exists, there will be a Muslim in the Congress. And, well, don't get me started. I've said too much.
Time to redraw district.
Yeah. Time for some gerrymandering.
Next year is the census, which is when they will redraw all the districts. So
yeah.
And then they're going to fuck over California again.
Sand all over.
Ghost, nobody fucked over.
What'd you say, Billy? You cut out there. Say that again.
I said what Tim's trying to say is that who needs sand all in the Senate seats? There'd be sand everywhere.
Oh, dang. See, I wouldn't have gone that far with it.
And
well, I did.
Nobody fucks over California. California fucks itself over.
This is true.
Trust me, California does not need any help fucking itself over.
Yeah, no doubt. Poor California, man. Our first third world state in the union.
Right?
Official third world state. You guys have people doing dookie in the streets. You have officially dark age, not dark ages, but you have diseases from like the 16th century resurging there again. It's unbelievable, man.
I don't know. The people that lost all their power are in the dark ages.
Yeah.
I don't understand. They're like, look at San Francisco. It's an amazing city. Look what we've done to it. I know. Look what the fuck you've done to it.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a one-party system.
Now we have that shitty governor who's fucking shit up even more.
Newsom.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I feel sorry for you guys. I feel sorry for Texas, too, because here's what's happening. Everybody's going, oh, man, California sucks balls. Let's move to Texas. So they're all coming here to Texas. The problem is they're bringing all of their bad ideas with them.
Yep. Well, it's because that's where all the companies are going from California.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. A lot of those people are moving because their job is moving. Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the same thing to Montana and Oregon, too.
Yeah. People in Montana and Wyoming and places like that are, hey, man, get out of here with that bullshit. Texas is definitely is most definitely suffering from it. We call it Californication here.
Yeah.
Did you see that everyone's like talking about the economy shitty and blah 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 blah, and there was just a recent thing that says like the amount of 401k millionaires has gone up like fucking 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was redoing my 401k the other day, and if I increased my contribution like 3%, and I'll be a fucking millionaire when I retire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the goal for everybody in 401k should be to do 15% of your salary.
Yep.
I think that's the goal. So mine goes up 3% every year. It's basically takes my raise a little bit every year.
I take whatever my raise is, subtract how much my rent went up, and then put the rest in my.
Well, they're saying like the problem in California is most places don't give you have to get at least a 5% raise to match the cost of living raise, and most companies don't even do that.
No,
No,
5% per year raise is unheard of pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, my last raise was like 3%. They didn't even call it a raise; they called it a COLA adjustment.
Dude, a couple guys at my work got like a 1.5%. I was like, fuck.
That's because of the social policy, the social and the economic policy there in California. It's the middle class is completely going away. You're going to have an elite class, and then you're going to have basically what are the minions of the elite class. So the elites need people who understand technology. They need people who understand infrastructure, so you'll have the elite class and their minions, and then everybody else is going to be poor and in slums and dookying in the street.
That's the biggest thing right now. I think that's one of the things I've been trying to stress is like, if you want to be successful in 20 years, you need to move into programming, you need to move into the IT world, you need to move into security, and those type of jobs.
Banking.
Because banking, things like that are going to stay for a long time. Because as these little minimum wage jobs are going to go away because they're building self-checkout. They're starting to have these AI robots that are going to start doing shit. Yeah, my girl was at Walmart and they had a robot rolling around this fucking scanning shelves and shit. I'm like, yup. Why do they need fucking non-educated person to do this?
I went to Home Depot the other day, and it's all self-checkout now.
Yeah, Costco added self-checkout.
Yeah, they have one or two people on the whole front line up there. If you have problems, then you have to wait because there's only maybe one, maybe two actual people there to help you if you have problems.
Oh, come on. Walmart always only had one or two people working.
Yeah.
Good point.
But what got me is when we went to Costco in Temecula, and like a third of their cashiers are now fucking self-checkout.
Yeah.
I'm like,
what happens when you force people to pay outrageous amounts for minimum wage? You essentially make anyone whose labor is worth less than 15 or whatever dollars an hour, you make them perpetually unemployed for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You make them wards of the state. You make them wards of the social system, and it's sad.
What up, Donamine?
You learn things and you build careers and you build a trade by working for a little bit of money at first. This whole living wage thing is bullshit to a degree. Some people fall through the cracks. Some people get a bad shake. There's no doubt about that, but it's not nearly the percentage that most would have you believe. It's certainly not the hard left would have you believe.
Yeah, also like welding and jobs like that, and they're hurting for people, and those jobs pay a lot of money. Welding, plumbers, shit like that.
Yeah, anything that has to do with infrastructure, you'll be good because everybody's continuing to fuck uncontrollably and have too many babies. Mm-hmm. So, we're just since the 60s, we've doubled the population.
I feel like that we're gonna go on a decline. If you look at most millennials now, they don't want kids.
Right.
Most of them don't want kids. Yeah. I've had tons of friends that are like, I'm never having a kid.
I can attest to the welding thing. A buddy of mine is a welder, but he is rich as shit. He get rich just being a welder. He's an underwater welder. He welds bridges.
Oh, underwater.
It doesn't matter, dude. Just regular MIG welders out here in the oil field make $60, $75, $80 an hour. So
Yeah, that adds up to like
Yeah,
fucking
well-
that's Playboy numbers.
yeah, you can make big money, especially
So-
TIG welding. If you want the big money, underwater welding and TIG welding in the oil field. So
The problem with underwater welding, it's a limited career.
right.
You can't do it for too long. I think they're like about 10 years, and that's it. Because what happens is something happens to your blood, and then you're no longer to be deep underwater because you start getting whatever that underwater sickness is. Something.
Pulmonary edema.
Yeah, you start because you've been under pressure for so long. Your body just starts happening, so you can't do it you can't do it forever. So I had a friend, his ex-girlfriend. She was she trained like the Navy and everyone on underwater diving because she couldn't do it anymore because she fucking whatever disease. I don't want to think it's a disease, but something happens to your body. So while they make a lot of money, you can't do it forever.
Let me look that up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know what it's called or what happens, but there is something that happens.
Let's see. Blah blah blah. Hyperbaric. Oh no! Wait a second.
That's so when people have to go get decompression because they'll have compression sickness.
Mm-hmm.
they'll
Yeah,
have
it's
to
kind
go
of like
into a hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah. Decompression sickness, also known as diver's disease, occurs when
The bends.
There you go.
Yeah.
Salty ice says nitrogen builds up in the blood.
you end up, and that's just part of being underwater. You're going to have a lot of nitrogen in your system. So I guess that after 10 years of being constantly underwater welding, you've had so much nitrogen in your system for such an extended period of time that you have to stop doing it, maybe?
Yeah, it's something like I don't know the details, but that's what she was saying. That you just can't do it forever. So
Huh. Let's see. I pulled up an article on dangers of underwater welding.
what'd you say? Oh, that was that time. But the money is fucking crazy good. That's for sure.
Yeah. Underwater welders have the highest fatality rate of any
Yeah,
occupation.
that's fucking dangerous, man.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, you guys gotta stop saying this. I'm gonna start bitching at my buddy.
There was a
I'm telling him to quit. I don't want.
There was a really good documentary about a situation that happened with these welders that were welding on an oil rig underwater, and then he was tied. They're all tied down, right, with their hoses or whatever, and the engines that keep the whatever thing that they're tied to, they lost power, and then the boat started floating away, and it got too tight, and he couldn't fucking his cable got caught, and he couldn't get out, and then they couldn't get the engines on, and then the fucking cable snapped, and it left them down there.
Oh crap!
And so it was like 3 hours or something before they were able to finally get back down there. Obviously, he didn't make it. They found him. He crawled up, but it was like.
The only
Okay,
thing
so
more dangerous-
the on-the-job death rate for a logger is below 0.2%. The on-the-job death rate for an underwater welder is 15%.
That's fucking high.
the only thing more dangerous,
15% is really fucking high.
the only thing more dangerous than being a deep sea welder is being an astronaut.
No, it says that it's the most dangerous of any occupation in America.
Taxi
So I would
driver.
assume that
I don't even think an astronaut would be rank as high. The only reason it would rank high was because the pool that you have to pull from is so low that
Right.
the death rate is higher. But
The chances of dying are
I
about,
don't know.
yeah, because think about it. If you're deep sea diving, if anything goes wrong down there, you're dead. Same thing in space. If anything goes wrong with your suit, your air supply, whatever, you're dead.
Okay, here I found it. Long-term ear, lung, and nose damage. So it says that spending a lot of time in high-pressure deep waters leads to long-term ear damage, lung damage, and nose damage because those components of our bodies are not made to sustain those pressures for extended periods of time. So the life of an underwater welder is limited, or the career span is limited, because at a certain point his lungs are going to become weak, that sort of thing.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't know exactly what it is. I just know that you can't do it for like very long.
That's
but after that, you can go work on skyscrapers and make them more.
Yeah, no. Then you can
get up in the thin air,
or become a trainer.
Yeah,
right.
Train people to do it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. But those guys make ridiculous money. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and that would make total sense. Your lungs aren't made to be constantly fighting the pressure of deep water environments. Your ears, obviously, and your all of the shit up in your head, up in your nasal passages, and all that. It makes total sense that they would all wear out after a certain number of years spent underwater welding. So yeah. Gosh.
Pretty crazy.
I always wanted to go down to Antarctica and be the IT guy down there.
I always thought about being a fucking IT worker on a cruise ship.
Or that.
That would always.
Yeah, the internet ended in Tierra del Fuego, so we're just gonna set up our own little intranet here.
Well, they have satellite internet. It's really shitty.
Exactly. Wow.
The guy I know is our mechanic's little brother, and he's about 30 years old now. He's been doing it for like 7 years or so. Welding under bridges. He seems fine.
Well,
but
we're talking about deep water. Under bridges, you're probably not going too deep, like ocean type fucking deep, or oil rig type shit.
That'd be smart of him to do, or not smart. Thinking about what you guys are talking about. Holy fuck! Can't turn you into a fucking flaccid mermaid with no blood. About that.
Again, though, limited time span on that, because eventually they're going to come up with robots that can go down there and do that shit for you.
Yeah.
That'll be another thing. Well, they already have. I mean, if you look at your motorcycle, look at the welds on the frame of your motorcycle. I have one motorcycle with a steel frame, and the other two have alloy frames. And you can look at those welds and tell a robot did that. No human being can weld that
perfect.
Yeah.
Did you see the Black Plague resurfaced again?
No.
No. Was it in China?
It was somewhere out there.
Well, California.
Is it in California too?
Here, hold on. Plague in California. Well, I don't need. I need to search this with DuckDuckGo instead of Google, because Google skews everything to the left.
Homeless people in California are known in the state of California to cause rare medieval diseases to kill you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
God.
Yeah. Black Plague returns.
Let's see.
Yeah, it is China. Black Death returned. Plague strikes in China for the second time in 7 months. That's crazy. So I was reading a meme about it, and they were like, it was something like, the mice were pissed because they were like, man, we just got over like all the bad press with the Ratatouille movie, and now the Black Plague is back.
Let's see here. I'm looking for what the medieval diseases that are currently breaking out in California due to all the dookie.
I know the plague is one, like legitimate plague is one of them. And I think typhus.
Yeah, typhus. That's what it was, Billy. Yeah, I can stop looking now. Typhus was one of them. I think there was another one, though. But yeah, typhus is something that just should not ever exist in the United States. That's some South Sudan, Somalia shit right there.
The I promise the bubonic plague is the other one. If you look further,
Yeah.
you'll see they're getting it's just popped back up because of all the rats biting the rats and then
Right.
going into the and biting the fucking homeless.
Exactly.
They're
Yeah,
all
fleas and
fucking-
rats.
I wouldn't even drive down that street if I didn't have to.
Crazy. See all this shit coming back again, man.
It makes you want to.
Yeah, I was reading.
As long as you take care of yourself.
I was watching some documentary and they were might have been on the Disney Plus, and they were talking about diseases and how unprepared we are, and they were saying how that all the nations came to an agreement to prepare for plagues and stuff like that, and only like 5% are actually prepared, have done what was supposed to happen to prepare for it, because of the things like when the bird flu came out, how quickly it spread. They were like, all right, we need to figure out something to contain these as a global thing, right? Because these are the type of shit that like they'll wipe out fucking humanity, you know. And they're like, there's hundreds of thousands of bacteria that we find every day. So
That's why I pick up horse shit and throw it at people. I think it's important for their immune system.
Right.
The girls don't like that at all, but the boys think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, typhus is spread by
What about
infected
Ebola?
fleas
I mean,
on rats. Yeah, so
Ebola did pretty good. Or I mean, CDC did Ebola, didn't they?
California's currently dealing with
That was
typhus.
wrapped up pretty.
Yeah, typhus, tuberculosis, Shigella, and Bartonella quintana or trench fever. Fucking trench fever in California.
All the
Oh,
homeless people.
yeah.
No plague.
Yeah,
There's one of those like. There's no plague though.
I don't see where there's plague. Yeah, I was skeptical when you said it was plague, but it's definitely typhus. You were right about that. Wow. That's the greatest country in the world. Oh, well.
Adam and DJ said he had Shingella in Egypt. The fuck is that?
Shigella.
Shigella? I've never even heard of that. What up, E-Heart?
Hey, what's up? Whoops, wrong button. Trying to get in my car, not start it.
Shitting yourself to near death is not fun. I'd imagine.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Did you guys see what's that shitty channel that does all the compilations? That motorcycle channel?
Is it Fails and Fights?
No. That one actually pretty
That was
Moto
actually
Madness.
pretty good, yeah.
Moto Madness.
Moto Madness.
Yeah, that's
They-
the real shitty one.
their shit's about to get shut down. I guess
Good.
YouTube put out some new rules about basically reposting people's videos. They made a whole video about it. I was like, thank God.
Finally, the death of the compilation channel is upon us.
Yeah.
5 years too late.
Fucking how many millions of fucking viewers they have. I'm like taking people's money, taking people's footage, not even giving them a dime.
Yeah. We'll give you. We'll put a link to your channel.
Yeah,
in the,
get
in the-
the fuck out of here.
You know, they wrote me once asking to steal one of my videos and said all that crap. We'll put a link to you in the video, and I'm like, no, thank you.
I was like, if you pay me, and then
Somebody
they
asked-
never respond.
one of those channels asked Wheels Not Hills in the her comment section if they could use a clip from one of her videos where there was a kind of a fucking traffic situation, and I answered for her. I said, "No, you may not use this footage. I will report you." She didn't even have to answer them.
I'd just be like, how much are you paying?
Yeah,
Like, you gonna pay me $100, $200? Sure, I'll take it for cash. But if you ain't paying me, you're not taking it because you're gonna make money off of it.
yep.
Well, honestly, the video of mine that they wanted to take, I was making more than that a month off of YouTube
Yeah.
revenue, let
That's what
alone.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah, it
like, you
makes
couldn't
no
even pay me
sense.
$500 to give you this
Yeah.
because I'm making more than that.
Yeah.
But like, and it's in YouTube's guidelines and stuff. Like, so like as an example, when you hit the milestones like 100K or whatever, they will not give you a plaque if it's a compilation channel.
Right.
Really good.
Yeah, it's in the guidelines.
Yeah,
I
those
totally
I
channels-
refuse to read the new.
You refuse to what?
Read the new terms.
Oh
Of
yeah.
YouTube.
Well, it's basically to do with
Them
all
to
that
me.
COPPA bullshit.
No. Yeah. So-
And the new kid thing. Like if you
All the
if you
COPPA stuff.
and also if you're making content for kids, basically they're taking away all your revenue.
Yeah. You no longer have comments on your videos.
Yep,
and
you
no
can't
longer
have comments.
Community tab, and you no longer have obviously personalized ads.
I didn't know
they're
they
stripping
were
everything.
taking all that away. Shit.
Yep,
Like
yep.
even the comments.
Everything because
Yep.
of that whole is it CAPA law or whatever it's
Yeah,
called?
COPPA,
CAPA law. Yeah. So
Children's
you-
Online Privacy and Protection Act.
yeah. So they remove all the comments. They're removing the advertisements, all that shit.
They're not
Well,
removing
right,
the
okay.
advertisement.
But see, I have a big problem with that. You're going to remove the
Most-
advertisements because of children. So how come Disney, Nickelodeon, and all them on the cable networks are still running
Here's why-
fucking
They're,
commercials?
they're not
Look,
removing the
here's
advertisement.
what it comes down to. This is the big issue: is that the
Sickos.
FTC does not like the fact that YouTube is data mining this stuff, this
Mhm.
stuff and potentially manipulating children with that data mining. So what the FTC has said is, first of all, you're going to pay us however many hundreds of millions of dollars that fine was, which they just settled.
Yep.
And then from
Like
here on out, you're
170
not going to
million.
data mine these channels anymore. And so YouTube's like, okay, we won't data mine the channels. In fact, we won't even monetize them because they know that there's no sense even trying to put any kind of an ad on there if they can't do it with accurate data. They're not going to try to sell advertising based on bad data mining. And that's why it's going to be very limited advertising on those channels. Those channels
Mhm.
lose up
But
to
right, you think the
50%
cable
of their
companies don't
advertising
do
revenue.
shit tons and millions of dollars worth of research so they know what commercials to play on PBS while Sesame Street's
That's
playing?
not
They
data
absolutely do.
mining. That is
But-
not data mining.
But they're not. The difference is they're not like on YouTube. They're using your search history. They're using all that stuff that you're looking at to serve you very precision advertisement
Yes, but it doesn't
to
matter
you.
if you're on YouTube or not. Like, I'm sitting here, my daughter comes in, she's like, I want to sign up for Planet Fitness, Mom. I'm like, okay, go ahead. And then I open my Instagram, and here's an ad for fucking Planet Fitness.
Well,
Never talked about it before. My phone is
Yeah,
listening. It's
that's-
not just YouTube.
But that's a different thing. They're talking about protecting kids, not adults.
How you determine
But so many children have these cell phones in their possession, and they're constantly listening to
and
it.
that
And that's
and
the
that is
problem.
why they're doing that, and that's why they're removing ads.
exactly.
Well, removing ads from YouTube doesn't solve the
Not-
fact that the phone is constantly listening.
Well, that's not the problem of YouTube. YouTube's problem is that the FTC fined them hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right.
And so YouTube is washing their hands of it because they don't want to pay another fine.
Yeah, they're just like, we're not dealing with it.
Now, Facebook might be next. I mean, if you don't think Facebook and all the little appendant companies like Instagram and all of that stuff, they're watching this stuff very closely because they're next.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, Facebook is going to die soon, anyways, because if you look at any millennium, none of them use Facebook.
yeah.
No, but they don't use Facebook. Facebook was basically our people in our generation.
I'm not so sure that Facebook is dying. I had actually had a conversation with a guy at the AIM Expo about the social media platforms. He's from a company called Dealer News. And he was asking me, are you on Facebook? And I was like, nah, no. He's
Well,
like, no, you need to be on it.
yeah,
you need to
we're
be
right.
on it.
The reason being is because Facebook right now is everyone our generation and our age, and everyone in our generation and our age has the money to spend. So as far as advertisements and marketing, it's a great fucking marketing source because you're marketing towards people with the money. But what I'm saying in the future, the generation pool is going to drop. You're not going to have the younger generation on Facebook. They're all on TikTok or fucking Snapchat and that type of shit.
I already started a TikTok account.
Oh, there you go. Millennials are the ones on Facebook. Gen Z are the ones that are killing it. There you go. I don't know any of that shit. What fucking...
I opened a TikTok account today too, you heard?
I'm like, fuck it, man. Might as well get on board.
As well. But with the whole COPPA thing, YouTube is just trying to segregate content for their YouTube kids now. And so they can put ads on the kids stuff for kids, not for grown-up.
They're not allowed to do
and
that.
you got to be careful, because if the FTC determines that your channel has a video that they think is attractive to children, and you have marked your channel as being adults only or not for kids, they can fine you something like $43,000.
Well, but YouTube can now pass that on to the creator and be like, hey, we didn't do this. He said his channel
Well, I think
is friendly.
I think that was
They'll ban him and shut down his account.
Yeah, I think that was one of their main arguments, is saying like, look, we can't moderate all these channels and who's doing what, and that's why they're just saying, look, we're gonna ask, and then we're just canceling it. Like, if your shit's to kids, we're done. And so channals like Ryan's Toy, whatever, that biggest fucking
Ryan's Toy Channel or whatever.
That channel is fucked. I mean, fortunately, they've made already. Hopefully, they were smart with their money.
Yeah, hopefully
and made
they
millions of
saved their
fucking
millions.
dollars.
Yeah.
I don't think
But how does that translate into things like motorcycling? Some people could say kids like bikes.
Exactly, and if you look at the terms of the new rules for whether or not how you should flag your channel, the rules, just like you just described, are very nebulous. Anything can be attractive to kids. Motorcycles can be attractive to kids. Exotic cars can be attractive to little kids. A kid under the COPPA guidelines of the FTC is defined as anybody under 13 years of age. So it's a real dangerous thing.
Yes, it's a thin line.
Depending on how the FTC chooses to enforce, I've thought about just making all of my videos age restricted.
I thought it was a good idea myself to separate out kids' content from grown-up content. Because you don't need some 8-year-old kid floating around on his mom's phone stumbling into pretty Asian girls fishing in Vietnam. I mean, really?
It's just like any other posting like this. It's done with good intentions a lot of time, but the negative consequences and the unintended consequences are where everything goes to shit.
YouTube wanted to be a television channel, and now they're getting treated like one by the government.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, they wanted to be a network, and so now they're getting treated like one. That's exactly right. So let's just all go over to BitChute. Let's just all take our channels to BitChute.
I really wish Microsoft or somebody else would come up with an alternative.
Yeah, I wish somebody would. BitChute sucks, man. I've been doing a little investigating on BitChute, and it's just horrible. It's 720p. It's like, if you're lucky, you get 24 frames a second out of it. It's just horrible.
The problem with starting a new type of YouTube, one is funding. You have to have, if you're gonna start. I mean, if you look at how YouTube started, they started as 480p. Then they finally moved up to 720p. Then they moved up to 1080p. And a lot of it has to do with money to have the servers to host all that shit.
Right.
The money to have the data storage capacity, to be able to have the bandwidth to support it. All that takes millions and millions of dollars.
Well,
and a new company isn't going to have that.
That's why it's going to take, somebody's going to have to start it, and it's going to have to be bought and developed by a big corporation.
Yeah. Well, there was that one. What was that one? Like a couple years ago, there was that one.
Yeah, they
channel.
They quickly.
They were trying, man, and I was like, this might be something, but no,
I set a channel up on that site.
So did I. My thing was, I just started reposting my content over there.
What was it called?
It started with like a V.
Yeah.
Video?
No, it was another one, and they were gonna start monetizing and all that, and they were kind of gaining traction. But they just died out.
The problem is you need the ad company behind it to monetize, right? So Google, if you think about it, Google is an advertising company. Everything else that they do is about putting ads in front of people.
even Amazon tried. I don't know if you saw. Amazon tried to have a video hosting thing, and where you can upload videos and shit like that. It just didn't take off, and it was
I don't
really
know how to
weird.
put it. Like, you gotta think, when YouTube started, kind of like, I think it was Tim was just saying, they weren't on the level that they are now.
Yeah,
They'd
but that's
like
what.
grow slowly, and everybody wants to come in and be the new YouTube, but
And you
not
can't.
grow to get there.
Right, but here's
You
the thing.
can't compete. I will agree
That's
with that.
it. That's exactly it. You can't compete because, like Tim was just saying, oh, I was looking at this other place, but they only do 720p.
Yeah.
Because they
And
can't
it's all
afford to
peer-to-peer.
do anything more.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why.
Oh, VidMe. That's what it was. VidMe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, Disney
that's
was
what it was.
terrible.
I thought they had a good They had a good idea. I was like, it's good. They were letting you put up 1080p content, but I think they just couldn't afford it, and there's no way to compete.
See, it's gonna take Amazon or Microsoft to come out with a competitor.
Well,
Even when-
Amazon tried. They had.
But you can't build that kind of a user base overnight.
Well,
Yeah.
Amazon has it though. Amazon has a user base with Amazon Prime. They just like, boom, here. Anyone who has Amazon Prime, boom, here you go.
Yeah, but Amazon doesn't have the ad revenue. Doesn't have ad revenue, right? They're not an advertising agency.
Exactly. Yep.
The only other company that has an advertising agency behind their stuff is Microsoft. Microsoft would have to come out and do that shit, or be willing to provide the ad revenue to a third-party company like Amazon, right? Because that's the only way you're monetizing is by putting ads in front of people.
Yeah. If you go to vidme.com, it says goodbye.
Yeah, I just looked at
Oh,
that.
really?
It says now they're focusing on educational things. So they're trying to do what all these other little companies are doing, putting up those
Right.
educational videos where you can subscribe and.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You see them advertising on YouTube all the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Skillshare and all that shit.
Yep. And to be honest, I think that those are actually legitimate. Like
There are some good courses on those sites.
you want to learn about Adobe, man, you can go in there and take a course on Adobe Premiere, anything, and there's good content on there. I think that's a good shift in certain things and education wise. I mean, the fact that you have the internet.
That's what a lot of people use YouTube for. It's like, I don't know how to do something. The first thing you do is go YouTube, how to
Yep.
change my oil, how to this, how to that, how to
Yeah. YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world.
Yeah.
follow by Google.
For that very reason. It's Google, then YouTube.
Yeah, because like when you're gonna buy a product, the first thing I do, I go to Amazon. Oh, I like this product. I copy the name, I type it into YouTube, and I look at reviews and see what people think about it.
Now, unfortunately, I agree with that because what I have learned over the years here is a lot of those Amazon reviews are fake. You cannot trust the Amazon
Oh no, yeah.
reviews.
I mean,
You
Viking
need to go
Cycle's the
fucking-
biggest
yeah.
fucking.
Yep. All that shit's fake, dude.
Yeah.
All that shows people that receive free products.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
ask me
myself
about
am on
my
that
experience
list.
ask me about my experience with Viking bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
They
the experience with
demanded-
Viking Bag?
Oh,
They demanded a 5-star review on all those products. I was like, "Why?"
Oh, really?
Yeah, she told me they didn't pay me.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, she straight up told me, "No, it has to be a 5-star
they
review. It
negotiate
can't have."
their-
She said it has to be a 5-star review and it can't have any negative language in it. I was like, "Fuck you."
No, one of the
Your product's
last,
not perfect.
not Viking Bag, but Viking Cycle. The last time we tried to work together, they wanted me to insert in my video a 2-minute clip of their own as a commercial, which is against YouTube policies, specifically Section 4.
Yeah.
I told him I can't do that. Is there a way that we can work together? You tell me what to say and I'll film it, but I can't take a 2-minute clip of yours and put it in mine without risking my entire channel, and that's not going to happen. And then they went silent on me.
I just got hooked up with that Oclu camera, OCLU action cam. They were the first. They were the first ones to pay me to put up a 30-second ad on Instagram, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll fucking give me cash." And then they
But
sent
it's
me a
like an
bunch of
ad
shit.
in your own words, right?
Yeah, no, they in Instagram it don't fucking matter. They just wanted a 30
Oh,
30-second. They gave me a 30-second clip to put on my story, or it wasn't even 30 seconds. I think it was like a 10-second clip, and they gave me
Yeah,
$40
no, you're
for
right.
it.
That's not against Instagram
But then-
policies, but it is on YouTube.
Yeah, so then I wanted the camera. That's why I reached out to him in the first place. I was trying to get a camera. I was like, it looks pretty dope as a B-roll camera. And then they literally just got back to me. they're like, yeah, we'll send you stuff, and fuck, they sent me a box with all their fucking accessories, and extra batteries, a memory card.
If
I was
you
like,
don't
fuck
mind
yes.
me asking, how much were you able to get out of them for this?
Well, for the Instagram, it was $40, and then I just wanted the camera. So
No, I get it.
And then, depending on my video, I think they'll buy the video to repost it, but it depends on how, they have their stipulations too. They don't want you to cuss. They don't, all this other crap, which is whatever. Not a big deal. But I wanted the camera to begin with. I was like, dude, that'd be a dope little camera. So, yeah, I haven't opened any of it yet, but I'm looking forward to playing with that shit. My channel, I don't have like the channel big enough to demand money and the product.
That's not bad. $40 for an Instagram story. That's really not bad.
Oh, that wasn't bad at all. No, I was like, hell yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, free camera and $40 cash. Heck yeah.
Yeah. That bought the.
Like it'll take me
that
what?
that $40. That $40 bought the Driven Racing Gold nuts for my bike. Which I probably wouldn't have spent $40.
Now Viking is resubscribed to my channel, and they're leaving me all these nice comments.
Oh yeah, they did the same. I think they got new management or something
Because
they did the same thing to me.
Again, yep.
They fired their marketing department. And
That must have been what it is.
It seems once a year they fire the marketing department and bring a new group in.
They hit me up, and I was chatting them up, and I asked them what happened to the lady that hit me up the last time, and they were like, "Yeah, we got rid of the entire marketing department and hired all new." I was like,
but this has happened like 3 or 4 times now, dude.
Yeah,
the first one was Anna Tuda, and then there was so and so and so and so and so and so.
Anna was the one that I was dealing with. I was like, nah, you give me the cash first, and then I'll buy it all. And then she gave me all the money for it.
Yeah.
She gave me like $800 or some shit like that. I was like,
same
fuck
thing
yeah.
here. They were like, da-da-da-da, go on Amazon and buy the shit. And I was like, to be honest, yeah, I don't have the kind of money to flip that bill. You're going to have to buy it for me. They sent me like $800 and something to my PayPal account to make the purchase.
Yep, that's how they do
They had me put everything in the cart to see the total, screenshot them the total, and then they PayPal'd at me. And then I'm sitting there thinking, should I just take the money and run?
Just take the money. Yeah, because there was no contract.
What the fuck are they going to do? Exactly. There's no contract.
Yeah, they didn't give any contract.
I'm gonna say her fucking name because I don't care. Livia Brown, right?
Yeah.
Was she the one? Was she in Viking?
Yeah, that's the fucking Viking cycle of marketing representatives that was fucking contacting all of it. Livia Brown.
That must have been after
he negotiated a fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say which year because I know I've never heard that name.
Yeah,
well, she was pretty bad.
I had posted the video. Oh, good.
No, they used to, in a sense, push me around and try to be demanding, and now I just tell them to fuck off. You want it or not, because it's on my terms, bitch.
Yep, that's kind of how you have to be. Yeah, they on that 1,000-mile road trip, the bags basically fell apart, and so then I had posted it and whatever and made a video. Not specifically on that, it was just the video and then kind of what happened. So I wasn't like calling them out. I was like, oh, this is something that happens along the way. And then they hit me up. And they're like, oh, we're sorry about that. When did you get the bags? Da, da, da. And then they wanted a receipt. And I'm like, bitch, you gave it to me.
I don't know, though. Like, should it matter if the product was given for free or not? Shouldn't they still uphold a certain, type of warranty?
I don't know, I guess. Yeah, I use the shit. I use them.
Those motherfuckers. They negotiated a contract. And they didn't honor their end of the contract. In the future, I could sue them. They did a lot of other things for me as far as the product.
There was no contract.
When I did it, there was no contract. It was just like...
I negotiated the sponsorship contract. I wanted money. I didn't want a fucking product. I mean, the product is cool at first, but she kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And I said, well, if you're going to want to keep this up, we need to negotiate and have a contract. She says, yeah, we'll write that up. And how about... is it couple $100 a month, $300 a month. I'm like, okay, yeah. And then send the products too. Yeah, okay. And she just kept sending the products, man. I never got the check. So I fucking blocked. And then they took my videos and uploaded them.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's why I made sure all my Viking videos, I set those to private so that they couldn't, because that's what they do is they take all of them, they download them in 720 and they re-upload them to their channel.
Nope. The one that I've been getting
Can't
hit
you
up
copyright
recently-
infringe them for that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Strike the shit
Yeah,
out.
they monetized
The
my
one,
shit.
the one
did
that,
it.
the one company that's been hitting me up is this. Have you ever heard of Jegs.com?
Yeah, Jegs. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're big,
But then
big
they're
in
like,
automotive.
Yeah, they're like, we'll give you $50 and you can go buy whatever you want. I'm like, $50 ain't gonna buy me shit on your website. I was like, I mean, they got some good shit on there, and I was like, I'd be down, but I need the whole thing for free. I'm not taking no $50. Get out of here. Yeah, you know what it is
They're just trying to make money off of. They want a zero sum game, or not a zero.
yeah,
sum
yeah.
game. They want a no loss. They want
Yes.
to take no risk whatsoever.
Yes.
They want.
They will
But here's the
always
thing: there's so
try to
many
pay as little as
YouTubers
possible.
online that they will hit up that don't understand the value of their channel.
Yeah.
Right.
They will take it in a heartbeat. And like, unless it's something that I've already wanted or that I really want, I'm gonna be like, I want money too.
That's where I'm at. Unless it's something I really want, and shit, even if it's something I want, dude, still throw out $20. $20 in the marketing world, fucking negligible.
It's nothing. Yeah, yeah, and I get that, but a lot of people don't get that, and that's the same reason how these fucking. I feel like these MCMs are trying to make a comeback because they're getting all these fucking channels again and thinking they're like, I'm like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be nothing with you.
But there's the issues and problems with taking this stuff. It's okay, that's great. I thought I wanted this, but it doesn't fit right or something. And now I have a contract with you, and now I got to promote a product that I'm ending up, bottom line, not approving of or what.
Yeah. Well, you just have
with Viking Cycle, one of the things they sent me, dude, the jacket had rips in the seams already, and I complained about it. Like, you guys need to send me a new jacket. This one's damaged. They told me to go ahead and write the review and don't worry about them sending me a new jacket. I'm like, what do you mean? I am worried about it. Your payment form is ruined. That's a problem for me.
Yeah.
And they refused to replace the jacket, and I was like, well, then I refuse to finish the other end of the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty shitty. It arrived damaged, and they wouldn't even like honor a warranty and exchange it.
Same thing with me with a set of saddlebags I got from them. They showed up and there was where one of the straps go on, strap link or whatever you want to call it, strap loop. It had come loose already. And you could tell it was going to come loose, and that was one of the things I dinged them on in the review. Oh no, you can't say that. I can say whatever I want. I just
exactly.
You don't ever tell me what I can say and can't say.
Yeah.
Well, what I've been doing is I've been going, and the people that like I follow, if I'm scrolling through my feed and I see them in a Viking Cycle jacket or a Viking bag, I send them a message and I go, I hope you didn't pay for that. I'll tell you how to get it for free.
Yeah.
Like they hand them out like candy. Just do this and do this, but don't tell them I told you. Okay? All right. Have a nice day.
Wow.
Yeah.
I say that because I took the pads out of my Viking jacket, my black one, the only one that was really worth a shit, and started just wearing it for like in between 50 and 60 degree temperatures. But I was just gonna wear it for around town, so I was like, let's get these reflectors off of here, these ridiculous reflectors. And when I took the reflectors off, the reflector stitches that's what was holding the arm together.
Oh my god.
There's just a slice under there that wasn't sewn together, and it just kind of fell apart. I had to sew it back.
I could totally see that. Let me ask you a question, Ghost. I'm a little confused. I did get a set of those saddlebags. How in the fuck do they affix to the bike? You literally just drape them over the seat and fucking there's like no actual attachment?
Yep. You put them over the seat and then you put them over the seat and then you use the clips, the other ties it comes with, and you tie them to like your rear sets or that's how I do it. I tie it to the rear sets. I mean, I won't lie. I use the shit out of all the bags that they gave me. I used the fuck out of them.
Yeah,
like, I went to Seattle. I used them daily to go to work. I took them on I used the shit out of them, and they held up. They did okay. They're not a horrible bag. I actually thought they were decent bags.
Well, I went ahead and I grabbed them because I figured this isn't going to be a bag that I literally use daily. If I used it daily, I might want a better quality. But if it's just a here and there, I use it maybe 3 times a year on an extended trip, these will probably hold up for a while.
The biggest problem, and this is their downfall, is they're not designed to take off and on. So like when I went on my trip and we would take them off every night, it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
But I mean, I fucking did like $130 in those things and they didn't fly off. So and you know they did their job. They just
Yeah, I
don't
was
have the
thinking
proper
about-
tie down equipment for it.
I was thinking about just putting the straps under my seat and then clicking my seat on top of the straps and fuck the fucking other ones running. to
I
the pad.
tried that. It didn't work on my bike. I tried getting because there's a one that's really the one strap's like really fat, and then there's a smaller strap, but the bigger one was too big to put underneath the seat and have it clip down.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you're looking at the price of those, I think they're like at the time I think they were like $80 for fucking saddlebags. That's fucking cheap for bags.
Exactly. When you're getting something that's what it costs, you can't expect the world out of it.
Yeah. But I mean, they held up. So I mean,
I
not
always
anymore.
tell people, for a budget company, if you don't have the things that you need and you don't have the cash to get the things that you need, it's not terrible stuff for as a starting point.
Yeah. The one thing you can never buy from companies like that are gloves. They use like some fucking random template, so the hands don't even fit the curvature of a real person's fucking hand. They're like weird shaped.
They're from those companies that you get on the internet. That's like, let's put your logo on our gloves. And
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And so they have no real fitment or anything. They're just really uncomfortable.
I don't know. I've never gotten a pair of gloves that I have liked right off the bat. Like even my Danese gloves, the thumbs are like too short, so I had to sit there and wet them and shove screwdrivers in the thumb over and over for like hours repetitively over the course of like months to get it to stretch the fuck out.
Yeah.
I think I
have short.
like 10 pairs of them.
I even carried them around
Icon.
with me, and I was like, if it rains, I'm swapping my gloves. Only if it rains.
My biggest problem is I have really wide hands. Like my palm is wide, but my fingers don't match this. So I have to get larger gloves to fit over my fucking my fucking palm. But then the fingers are always long on me.
You got paws, Ghost.
Yeah, I got paws. Exactly.
See, the fingers aren't long on me. I just tend to have skinny fingers. So like.
So you have the reverse where the fingers fit, but the palm area is usually a little looser.
Yeah.
No, my palm area seems okay. And as far as the length of my fingers, it depends on the glove. Like Icon gloves, my fingers are too long for. The Danese is like perfect, but however, like I'm wearing a man's glove, and because when I bought my gloves, they didn't have good women's options.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there's years ago.
There's definitely a difference.
Width
in men's
around the
gloves and women's
finger, there's a
gloves.
lot of extra space there.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in men's gloves versus women's gloves because men's gloves are typically going to be like meant for thicker hands.
Yes, so now that they've come out with women's glove, the equation there is if you're actually measuring your hand, a men's extra small is equal to a woman's medium.
Mm.
But when I bought my gloves like 7 years ago, Danese didn't have gloves like that for a woman.
Yeah.
Same thing with my boots. They didn't have boots like that for a woman, and those are also like 7 years old. They came out with them like 2 years later. I'm like, you assholes, I don't have another $400 to spend on boots. Fuck you. I'm like, I'll just go buy myself some pink paint. Now pink.
My favorite boots are these Icon, I think they're like Super Duties or whatever. These things are my favorite fucking pair of boots. I mean, I can wear them. I'll wear them to work, and I won't even have to change them. I'll just wear them all day, walk in them, and they're fucking comfortable as shit. And they're only like $130 or something like that.
I got a pair of Elsinore in my closet that I just stare at when I go in there.
A what?
Those. I got a pair of Elsinores in my closet that I just stare at. Like, those are the fucking coolest boots I've ever seen. I have just no reason to put them on anymore, and it sucks. It's sad. I love those boots, man.
I'm going to dip out, and in case maybe Adam or somebody else wants to get in, and I'm going to call it a night. So,
all right, man. You have a good one.
All right.
yeah, man. Great hanging out with
Thanks
you
for stopping
guys.
by.
Fellas. Talk to y'all later.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem and motorcycle equipment is just expensive. And it fucking sucks.
Now imagine racing, even more expensive.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Are you putting decals on everything?
Decals on. So I help out this chick who's also related to me, kind of, as a kind of a mechanic for her. But I'm doing new graphics for her, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, picture I posted today, that's her, so. That's her flat track, so.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. She's fucking crazy. She was actually ran over during a flat track race, too.
She got ran over? Yeah.
Fucking ran over. She got right up and raced her next race, too. She is fucking crazy. Let me try and find the video.
Oh, man. I'm so glad it's the weekend, though. This work week has been long as fuck.
Yep, it's time for me to start looking for a new job.
Yeah, you tired of being there?
Oh, I'm so fucking fed up. I'm tired of doing support, man. I'm just over it.
It was very nice to get out of the support side of things, and
Tired of dealing with customers.
yeah, I don't have to deal with that anymore, which is fucking amazing.
Well, no, that's not even the worst part. The worst part is I'm more tired of dealing with my own company. Just like, fuck, man. I spent 3 days this week just trying to save clients. Like, talk them down from going somewhere else.
There's a lot of companies out there. My problem is I always get hit up and they're like Washington or Virginia or they're not in California.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah.
Or Texas.
Or Texas, yep.
I got to admit, if a company in like Phoenix or Tempe hit me up, I'd seriously consider moving.
Yeah, well, most bigger companies will pay for you to move too.
Yeah. I mean, those aren't too far away that I couldn't ride out here on a weekend and visit my friends, but I don't know, man.
All right, so I found the video finally. So she is right there. All right.
I can't. It sucks. I can't make you full screen. Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Nothing broke.
No. She's fucking crazy.
That's a ouch. That's crazy.
Yep.
One sliver of garlic.
And
now I'm gonna burp it all night long.
What up, Adam?
What's up?
What's up?
I heard the wife in the background, and I was like, I know that voice.
Yeah.
Say hi.
I've run myself over, but I've never been run over by somebody else.
When
I've never had either, and I think I'll pass.
When I think of flat track racing, for me, it feels like it in comparison, it's like to roller derby on a motorcycle.
Kind of.
Yeah, it reminds me more like a roller derby motorcycle version.
I can see that. Back when I was learning to ride, this was like the first week I owned my bike. Gina's Brian.
Yeah.
He looped a wheelie right in front of me and I ran him over.
Was this on the Grom?
No, this was with when he owned his WR.
When he owned which one?
The WR.
I remember a video of you guys were on the street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw the
right
video.
in front of me. Yeah. This is
What
like my
happened?
first week of riding.
What happened to that whole crew? Like everyone, all you guys stopped riding together and shit. Seems like
They are just doing Havoc stuff. I mean,
that's just taking off for them, huh?
Yeah, it's doing well. I mean, shit, they're going to fucking like Dubai or something.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fucking so cool to see, though. That you know, you start on YouTube and take something, an idea, and to watch it grow like that. It's so fucking cool to see.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. I'm pretty stoked for them. Just as a company as whole, like that's awesome.
Well, I think that whole crew quit putting out videos, didn't they? Gina hasn't put out a video in forever.
All of them pretty much.
I don't know about Vroom Vroom Dana. I don't know if he's still putting out videos.
It's just, I mean, they're what's the word I'm looking for? They're just focusing really on their business. I mean,
well, that's what's going to make them the money.
Yeah, like
Right.
And it's a more predictable business than YouTube.
Exactly. At least they're really trying to get Havoc to fucking blow up, which, I mean, they've done extremely well for, only just starting this now, because shit, there's a metric fuck ton of companies.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not an easy.
No, and they've had their setbacks from the bigger companies too.
Yeah.
So
it's still, that's a lot of work, man. So that's cool to fucking see.
yeah, no, they're definitely putting in the fucking work too.
All right.
So have they moved beyond just because they were just doing goggles last time I saw?
Yeah, I mean, they have some apparel. I think that they'll always stay in the goggle industry. I don't think they're gonna be a branch from that. That's kind of more difficult. I mean, they just so many licensing things that go into it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, and you have one little mark that's like the fucking same of another company, they're gonna come right after you, which it's already happened. So
Yeah, I like what they're doing. I think it's fucking dope.
yeah, no, and I mean, I love their goggles. I fucking wear them. I love them.
What company?
Havoc.
And it seems like they have like this modular design, right? So you can like switch all these parts out and shit.
Yeah, they just. I mean, other companies have been doing it, but they're just. I like it. They're coming out with different logos and stuff. So
Yeah, well, one of the things I think that's making them successful is that they're very in tune with the on the ground floor, right? They're into dirt bikes, into racing. It's not some random people trying to start a company and be like, hey, we have, they're kind of like doing it from riders' experience.
Yeah,
and knowing what they want.
And they're sponsoring some big people too that are, I mean, not like, Eli Tomac or nothing, but they're still getting professional riders.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was cool. Like, they were one of the big sponsors of the Lake Elsinore GP. So.
Yeah, it's gotta get your name out there. That's fucking dope.
Cool stuff.
Anything new with you, Adam? Any new trips?
Nah, it's not really trip season.
Old as fuck over there, huh?
We're gonna get locked in here probably in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
No?
Yeah. Once it was we were up on top of one of the mountains today, and it was kind of, we were at the cloud level, but it wasn't really like mist. It was like somewhere between mist and snow flurries. It was like 39 degrees up there. But it was a pretty great ride. I've always been wanting to go from the lake that we always ride out to one of the local ski areas. And the normal way to get to the ski area is to go down the 5 and then up the mountain. Well, we came in from the backside over 2 mountains and came down a Forest Service road into the ski area.
Put some put some whatever you call it tax on your tires and go riding in the snow.
Snow's not so bad. You get decent
Ice.
grip in snow. It's the ice that's the problem.
I was just thinking this is the live stream season. This is where everyone starts doing their live streams.
Oh yeah,
And it starts getting cold everywhere.
And the
We have
side
nothing
chat's
else
got
to do.
quite a few.
Pretty much. The what?
The side chat has a lot more people than normal.
Yeah.
How many are over there? Ooh, 9. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we were up to 14 earlier. Fucking
Yeah.
Burn in the kitchen.
And we used to get way more back in the day, and then YouTube changed all their shit, which sucks. But whatever.
YouTube is always changing.
Yeah.
What about LA to SD Ghost? When's that happening?
Man, I don't fucking know. I don't.
You even start on anything? yet?
No. No.
You want us
I
to
don't know,
take-
man.
You want us to take it over for you? I mean, we got free time. We're not doing SPM members here. So.
Free time. Yeah, it's
We're just going to be the crew that takes over everybody else's event.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. It seems like a lot of stuff like that is actually kind of dying out a bit.
A little bit.
I still even debate. I want to go to IMS, but I'm not even sure. Like, if they were going to have a Daytona 765 there, I'd probably be like, yep. But I don't even
know
think they'll
why
have
they
that.
wouldn't have one there.
I don't think they would.
I think that if they're putting out videos about it and let magazines.
That's the
take a look at
first
it,
video. Well, I haven't seen any magazines. That's the first video that I've seen on it.
They'll have it there. They got to. That's the biggest motorcycle show in the country.
So, I don't know. Let's see. Is any other ones, or is that the only one? Oh, they had it at, was it EICMA, whatever? That's in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
That makes sense.
Oh, EICMA?
Yeah, there looks like there's a motorcyclenews.com has it. There's a few of them out there. We'll see. Maybe it'll start making his rounds now.
If they're doing press, man, they'll have it at IMS, I'm sure.
I don't know. If I go, it'll be last minute, and I'll go and come back.
I won't be there. I will be on a flight home that day.
Work.
Nope. Going to spend Thanksgiving with my parents.
Nice. Well, isn't it next week? Next Saturday?
Yeah, next Saturday.
Oh, when you say flight home, you mean back home.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Back to the cold weather. I'm not looking forward to that one little bit. I gotta go buy it.
Fun was that?
It just occurred to me I don't own a winter jacket, so I'm gonna have to go buy one of those.
Where are you going
Hey,
back
Chuck,
to?
do you want to borrow mine?
No, I'll go buy one. I should keep one around anyway.
All right.
So where's back home at?
Kansas.
Kansas. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be as bad as Michigan.
Well, it can be pretty close.
Is it
Yeah.
snow? Is it snow where you're at already?
Oh yeah, dude. We already had it dropped like a foot of snow overnight.
Jesus.
And there's been on and off snow. There's snow outside right now. Yep. Actually, this is not typical. Our winter kind of came early this year.
Oh yeah, in Manhattan,
Normally it's cold, but no snow yet.
42 degrees back there right now, and snow.
I don't even know if it's 42 here. Like, that's what I'm saying. We got snow on the ground. It can't be. Shit would have melted.
57 right now.
It is currently 26.
Oh my god. Hey, I've ridden in 28 degree weather. It's not fun.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Fuck.
Yeah, my lowest is 18.
Oof.
And that was.
I can't even imagine. Once it hit the 28, man, I was hurting. Like it felt like nothing I could do was gonna. No amount of layers I was working with was keeping me. It was a matter of keeping me My concept of being warm was being as least cold as I could be.
Right. Yeah.
That's where. All right. Being unpainfully cold is where I want to be. Like if I'll shiver, but below that I don't want to fucking hurt because when it hurts it sucks.
I was in -41 once.
Oh, man.
Was that a snowmobile that you're riding, or?
No, it was when I was a kid. I was walking around doing my paper route.
-41. God damn. That's like you spit and it freezes.
Yep, that's exactly what that's like. Also, peeing and it freezes.
No, that I remember the few times that I rode that cold. Every time I'm like, why am I out here? Like driving on the freeway and everything's frozen. Like all the fucking grass everywhere is just frosted and frozen over. I was like, why am I doing this? This is dumb. but there's no motorcycle out there.
Right.
Yeah. I learned when it's that cold, motorcycle cops don't go out.
My little 11-year-old self thought that my $110 for my paper route was worth doing that much.
It was worth the suffering.
Gotta get that money.
That's what kids don't do anymore, man. You never see kids doing paper routes anymore.
That's because it's
Nobody reads the paper.
I've never got a paper route, but I did. My friend had what do you call it? What are those things? Mistletoes, tree or whatever he had. So we would bag them up and we would go sell them. And then I did a lemonade thing. Back when you could do a lemonade. Back when you can have a lemonade stand before the fucking police show up.
Right.
You got a business permit.
Bullshit.
But there's a reason.
That is bullshit.
Well, there's a reason. I don't disagree with their reasoning because I was that kid that you didn't want to buy lemonade from because we would take the cups and dip them in water and then put them back up. I'd be like, then they'd be like, "Oh, you guys wash them?" I'm like, yeah, we have someone that comes pick up the cups, and they're like, no, we would just dip them in water and put them back up, and that is why the police come out now.
That's a health code violation.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, that's because nowadays nobody's vaccinated.
That's very true.
Honey, that anti-vaxxer kid selling lemonade on the corner again.
But yeah, but I definitely did shit like that. Wash cars. I did washing the neighborhood cars.
Yep. Man, you don't see kids doing that nowadays.
Well, nowadays are very different, though, too. Like, I think back to all the shit I used to do when I was a kid, all the places I was allowed to go and walk to, and hell, that was literally on like fucking 8 Mile, dude. I ain't letting my kids do half of that. Way the fuck away from 8 Mile.
Yeah, right? That's how it was.
I walked 3 miles to elementary school.
Really?
I walked.
Yeah.
I didn't do 3. Mine was about a mile. I could have gotten a ride from my mom, but I wanted to walk for some strange reason.
Everybody else did too. You know, I'd go up like 5 houses and meet up
Honestly,
with
I think
another
that's
kid.
what it was, is that we had a group that we walked together, and I was missing out if I wasn't with my friends.
There you go. Show up to school fashionably late.
I also lived in a
we were
town of
always
like
early somehow.
my town was like 2,000 people. So
And all the cool kids were safeties. So when I got in the higher grades, you had to be a safety to be part of the cool kids. You guys know what that is? You had like a safety belt. They had kids, and they would, stop the traffic for the other kids. They ain't letting kids stop traffic fucking now.
No.
Oh, you got belts? You didn't get the cool vest?
No, we just got belts. They were bright orange belts.
Yeah. We got vests. They were cool. Everybody wanted a vest.
Now we know where Sad Crazy got it from.
But right now, they're not even letting kids do that. That's like an adult-only thing.
And that's why Adam joined the military.
Oh man, those PT belts this shit got so ridiculous.
Come on, Adam. You know you like your PT belt and your short shorts.
I was a Marine Corps. We didn't have the super short shorts.
You know, I think I'd pay to see Adam in those shorts.
But I did join back when the army had the little gray, wispy, thin. I did like that. The PTs did get better with time.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Right? My dad used to make me do that shit when I was in junior high. Fuck all that, man. We used to live like right by the PT course that had, you know, the net and everything. You had to crawl up. Every fucking weekend, he used to make me go run that fucking course. And it'd be like, God damn, dude, I'm 12. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, my stepdad was the same way. Drag me onto base and treat me like another soldier.
Yeah, we lived on base. There was no getting away from it.
Oh, that was even worse.
And the sad part is my dad was kind of in the waning years of his enlistment, so he was getting office jobs like the senior re-enlistment NCO. So he knew like everybody on post. Like I couldn't do shit. I got caught one time sneaking into the pool at the DYA. Fucking MP was like, "Wait, you're Sergeant Prather's son?" Yep. All right, hold on, let me call him. You'd be like, well, it's either I call him now or I take you downtown and you call him from there. You're like, fuck it, dude, just get it over with, man.
I remember crawling all over a shiny new Humvee.
Oh, I remember crawling into a brand new M1 when they first came out.
Right?
Yep. It just happened that my dad was like, come to work with me. So I went to work with him. And I was like 5 or 6. And he's like, this is the new tank we got. And talking to me like a fucking grown-ass man about this tank. And I'm like, cool, can I drive it? No.
No. But they're so fun to drive.
Right?
Oh, man. Oh.
Again, I bitch about it now, but I had a lot of cool experiences being around the military growing up.
I am so glad I got to do that before my time was over.
Yeah. Like I remember getting to go up in like helicopters and shit all the time, flying over mountains and shit. It was fun times. Didn't seem fun at the time, but now that I look back, it seemed like great times.
My first annual training was dropping into the box at Fort Polk, Louisiana, out of a Blackhawk.
Nice.
That was a little E1 Adam. So yeah, I got out of basic in April, and then we went to JRTC in June.
Nice. So I remember when the Blackhawk first came out, the guy that lived next to us on post, we were on base housing, was a pilot. And he had just got done training, and they had just got their new ones in. And he was like, he came over one day. He's like, hey, we're taking it up for a test flight. Do you guys want to come along? Of course, my dad was like, sure. Come on, boy. We got to go for, before they were even like deployable, like we got to go for a flight in one. It was pretty awesome.
That is. The coolest helicopter experience, though, was I was in Egypt for 6 months, and I was one of the sling load crew. And we're tasked with resupplying one of our outposts on Tiran Island in the middle of the Red Sea. And they were still using Hueys.
I loved Hueys.
Oh, yeah. And we would get these grizzled old warrant officers that were, served in Vietnam. They would come in and do a 2-week annual training flying helicopters in the Middle East.
Jesus.
And they would get out there and they'd come out of the island and they would just drop all the way down to sea level, to the point where we're flying over the ocean where the spray's coming in the doors, hitting us. Yeah, they would just fling those things sideways over the beaches with all the resort patrons out on the beach watching us just 100 feet over their heads.
Sounds like a grand old time.
Yeah, we flew twice a week, and I did that for 6 months.
That sounds like an adventure.
And it wasn't a dry deployment.
I don't even know what that means.
When you're dry, you can't have alcohol.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Triumph's gonna be in San Diego in January.
Who?
Triumph.
The 765.
They're gonna have an event in San Diego.
Ooh.
Did they say what the event's for or not?
It just says the Best of British Tour is coming to San Diego. Register to secure your spot.
Didn't you go last year?
Ducati.
That might be it. That could be it, Ghost.
Oh, no,
you want to go?
I am registering here. I'll put it in the side chat if anyone wants to make a day of it. Register. Bam. Yup, I'm definitely registering for this shit.
So is it this Moto 2765 that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty good looking bike.
Oh yeah. It's expensive. It's MSRP says 17.5.
Yeah.
Adam's like, I don't know if it's 17.5 good looking bike. How about I give you 13 and you give me regular plastic frame?
You take off the fucking whatever you call it. Shit, where am I putting it? Send this shit out real quick. Oh shit, I lost it. Send the link out to Boris. Copy. Boom. Man. There we go. Well, man. I really want to see that bike in person. I was going to be in LA the day before on the 10th.
That wouldn't be as close to you then.
Huh?
But isn't San Diego closer to you than coming to LA?
Probably the same distance.
But getting to San Diego would be quicker.
That's the difference. Yeah.
Right.
I don't have to go on the 91. I don't have to go on the 405. Yeah, no, fuck that. Like, when I was building this computer, when I went to get the case, I was trying to find anywhere they had a case on the day that I could pick it up. Nobody had the fucking case. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll go to Fry's. And it was like the closest Fry's was Anaheim. Or the one which was, I think, like 60 miles from me.
Yeah.
Or in Escondido, which was like 70 miles from me. And I was like, I'm going to Escondido. There's no fucking way I'm driving to fucking Anaheim.
You try Micro Center?
Is there Micro Center still around?
Yeah, there's a Micro Center in Anaheim.
Well, again, Anaheim.
You're right.
The problem I've learned about going there, it'll take you maybe an hour to get there, but it's going to take you 3 hours to get home.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Dude. Yeah, getting to LA is the easy part. It's coming out of LA where it's the hard part. You can like double your time, triple your time to get out of LA. especially
the
in a
traffic
car.
load one way is just so bad.
Oh man, it's a fucking nightmare. And it doesn't matter what time you go. I'll go right now, and I'll get stuck in traffic on the way home.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not true. It does matter.
What? It doesn't matter.
Last time I was in Anaheim, I left there at 3 a.m. and there was like 2 other cars on the road.
Maybe. Chuck, what's your thought on that?
What?
It was like 3 a.m. on a Sunday, so.
What's that?
I'm saying it doesn't make a difference what time you go to Anaheim. Leaving Anaheim, you're gonna be stuck in traffic.
It depends.
I don't believe it. Anytime I've gone, it's been fucking shit.
You can get out of there pretty quick at like sometime between midnight and 5. But all the freeways down here are under construction, so you may come up on it and it may be closed. Like
everything's under construction.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, all your stuff up this end is under construction, also.
Yeah.
Can't go on the 101 without having to wait.
When Brett wrecked on Saturday night, I think it was Friday night, it only took me like half an hour to get to the 91-15 split. And I'm south of Anaheim, so it didn't take me that long. Traffic wasn't that bad.
It took me like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because you're a kid. Yeah, it just depends. Like, I've seen traffic back up here at like 3 o'clock in the morning for no fucking reason. Traffic just stopped in the freeway.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe some highway patrol officer felt like being a dick and just shutting down the freeway for an hour.
I don't know, man. Here in Michigan, once it hits like, I don't know, 11 p.m., you can go anywhere you want. There's absolutely no traffic. Doesn't matter where you are. There is no fucking traffic.
That must be nice.
Like when it actually
kind of after coming to LA, and I got stuck in LA for like an extra 4 days due to planes being canceled and shit like that.
That was such a shitty thing.
It kind of was, because then the plane company wasn't like, oh, here's like a night stay. There was 0 accommodations, so it like super blew. I couldn't even get out like the next day. But anyways, after being stuck, because like here's my thing too, I was like, well, hell, if I knew I was gonna be here for an extra 4 days, I wouldn't have came to LA. I would have stayed out in someplace fucking else.
Right.
So after being stuck in LA for like fucking 4 days, it was just I can't wait to fucking go home. And I come home and I'm like, this is weird. I feel secluded. Like there's literally not another car on the fucking road right now.
Ooh, they are gonna have the 765 at the event.
At IMS?
It doesn't say IMS, but it does say at this event. And they're gonna have the Rocket 3 there. That'd be cool to see too.
Oh yeah, they did come out with a new one, didn't they?
Yeah, that thing looks fucking. That thing looks dope. It looks like a beast. It's fucking $22,000. Jesus.
Anybody see how Netflix's stock is doing?
Oh, I'm sure it's dropping. With Disney Plus out, everyone was fucking. Disney Plus is dope.
Yep. I
like,
already canceled my Netflix, so.
Oh, I didn't cancel Netflix because I don't have TV, so. But
I haven't seen this Disney Plus.
do you have Verizon?
Yes, I do.
Do you have the unlimited plan?
I think so.
Yeah, then you get it for free for 1 year.
Fancy.
Yeah, if you have the Verizon unlimited plan, you get it for free for 1 year.
Oh, maybe I'll have to try to check it out.
Yeah, that's what I did this morning while the wife was at work, was watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's what I was watching right before we started streaming.
I was kind of on the fence about it, but yeah, 2 episodes in, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
It's funny.
What is it called?
Baby Yoda. I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah. It's called The Mandalorian.
Oh, I see it. Is
Yeah.
it good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's nice they're not dropping the whole season all at once like Netflix did. You actually have to wait.
No, I fucking hate that. I like when they drop the whole fucking season.
Nope.
That is my favorite fucking part
I
because
know,
you don't get
right?
left on a fucking cliffhanger. You can finish when you're done. Dude, and guess what? It's not blocked in my work. Who knew? So Disney Plus and Amazon Prime are open at work to watch.
Oh.
But Triumph's gonna be at IMS. We'll see. Maybe I'll go.
Call Triumph and see if they're going to have the 760. I keep wanting to call it a
They don't.
675.
It's not like you have a number that you just call for Triumph.
Sure they do. They got a PR department, don't they?
Message their Instagram people, dude.
Right?
Let's see.
I mean, anytime I've messaged a manufacturer about stuff like that through Instagram, they've pretty much always replied. Like one time there was a Suzuki test ride, and I specifically wanted to know if the 1000 was going to be present, and they wrote me and said, "Oh, yes, it is."
Let's see, Triumph.
Although it was there and they wouldn't let me ride it, I mean, it was there like they said it would be.
Triumph Motorcycle America. Yeah, there's the 800.
Will
right there.
the Daytona 76? I'm gonna message them 76. B. At IMS.
Fuck, Red Flag got a number for Triumph. Have him call him.
All right, I just messaged. What's morning time over there? Maybe they'll answer today. But it's Sunday over there, right? Or Saturday?
No,
Sunday?
it's, well, yeah, Saturday morning.
Yeah. But depends on who you contacted.
I mean, if it's in Britain, Pacific Daylight Time is Greenwich plus
8.
Greenwich plus 8. No, Greenwich minus 8. So
Yeah,
It's
minus
8 hours from here.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Minus
it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Man.
Well, all right, man. I think I'm gonna call it night.
Might
What?
take you 2 or 3 days to find out.
He said what?
No fucking Call of Duty today, Joe and Leon.
No one seemed to enjoy that one. But I was gonna jump on Call of Duty. I think.
Are you?
Yeah.
Date night.
Date night.
No. Watch out.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, Bullpen, you're riding on the back of Rusty Tech tomorrow.
I'm down.
Yeah. Just
On the back of whose
FYI.
bike?
Russ.
Mr. V-Rod. Since he picked up his new sport ride today.
No one knows yet.
Too late now.
They know now. All 7 people watching.
Yeah. Now everyone's gonna go spam it.
Yeah. Hey,
But
don't be sorry.
But yeah, anyways, everyone sticking around, appreciate it. Thanks for chilling, hanging out, fucking all that good shit. And
Heart's already doing it.
what?
Heart's already saying deuces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go San Diego.
You gonna jump on?
Yeah, give me like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll be on. All right, man.
All
All right, everyone. Peace out. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Later.